Okay.
Alrighty. Ooh, time for that time of the month. The second last week of the month, which is our routine on the Smudcast here. It's Renegade Cut. Welcome, folks, to Smudcast number 314, The Unbearable Emptiness of Sonic the Hedgehog. This was a video that people wanted to cover, I think, last year? Or was it this year? It's been a few months at least. And we never got around to it. So finally...
I wonder why.
Well, there's been so
I
many Renegade Cut videos we had to cover. And this is the one that was voted on quite a lot. And quick vote today. So maybe just the right people were here to vote on it this time. I don't know. But wow. Sonic the Hedgehog makes Renegade Cut sad. I've never thought a movie made for kids that's about a colorful cartoon character.
I need a clarification again because I keep mixing these people up.
Oh,
is Renegade Cut the dumb, vapid, energyless guy with the chocolate oranges, or the dumb, energyless, empty soul guy that makes you want to fall asleep?
That guy.
And then kill yourself in your nightmares.
He's the guy.
He's the American guy.
He's the we think he's American.
That does narrow it down.
When you say you're American, generally you believe in things like the Bill of Rights and the Constitution. I don't think he actually believes in any of that crap.
No.
He lives in America.
Communists don't believe in human rights.
Yeah.
Either.
So he technically lives in America. He might have a citizenship, but he was the guy who taught English in South Korea?
North and South Korea.
Yeah,
oh, that guy.
Yeah. With
in North South Korea.
The really soft voice who doesn't have any enthusiasm, and he became radicalized after I think working in was it Morocco? He went to 3 places.
Morocco, yeah, Morocco.
I think it was Morocco. I can't remember.
No, Montenegro.
Was it Monaco or Morocco? I don't know. One of these places.
Montenegro.
All right. Some
this
country.
Is one thing I have to sadly break your spirit with. From continental Europe, you're all Americans. USA, Canada, maybe even Mexico to some degree. You're all Americans to us. Yes. Just like we are all all the Germanics are all Germans.
If you want to,
all Bavarians.
If you want to use the continental term, that's true. Yes, that is true.
It's hard because we have so little experience with the differences between the US and Canada. It's just America. It's just
yes. There's North and South and Central America. This is true. We very rarely use those because we see the states as the states and Mexico as Mexico, and then there's South America.
I couldn't tell you the difference. I couldn't tell you the difference between the East and West Coast Americans.
Oh, really? Okay, that's fine.
I have no fucking clue.
I think it's pretty easy.
I know. As of late, thanks to the past decade, I am pretty sure I can tell Californians from others.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But the SJW culture you have all over the place.
Yeah, San Franciscans, Floridans or Floridians, New Yorkers, all kinds of wonderful states in America, good and bad.
Shades of orange.
Shades of orange? Shades of red, white, and blue? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Well, there's all sorts of wonderful folk there, and one of my first jobs actually was in telecom, where I got to talk to a lot of Americans. Even though I was working in Canada, I don't know how that worked, but they had this switcher all the way down to Rochester, and they pumped it through to Toronto. And I got to know a lot of Americans. They were great. They're great people. They're very passionate people too. So you got to watch out for their energy. They like life a lot. So
it's a good thing.
No, it's great. It's great. Very, very angry at times though, but that's fine. That's normal. When things break, you understandably get angry. So anyway. Let's see what we got here. This is a 13 and 40-second minute video. It came out last year in March. Has about 114,000 views. And 7,000 upvotes, 612 downvotes. So a little, not even, it's a noticeable downvote, but not a big ratio, not a huge problem. So Obviously, the fans of the movie, which are average people, kids, people with kids, went, who's this putz? It's a film for kids. It's fun. It's cute. It's funny.
Yes, but like Sonic is blue. He was supposed to like be a democratic icon, you know.
Oh, really?
Like, he should, like, yeah.
The only
Like, I don't know. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Like, how could like this thing like make him sad? Because like he always sounds like he's sad.
Yeah.
It sounds like his soul is dead trapped in some other dimension.
Yeah, so
This is what happens when you just keep talking about politics and everything.
I think so. The only thing I remember about Sonic when it came out was the really funny looking trailer, the original trailer, because
the horrible animated.
The animated face looked so alien. I don't know what to call the Sonic caricature.
Uncanny Valley.
It had that.
It is the dark underbelly of the Uncanny Valley.
It was something like that, and everyone went like, "That's not." First off, that's not Sonic. Creepy. Secondly, that's creepy. Yeah, so there was these two weird elements, and then they came out with a second trailer, which fixed it. You're like, "Oh, yeah, that was beautiful. Yeah, looks good."
Now, that's like something that I never figured out. Like, was that like a media stunt that they did just so they could like get even more attention for it?
It seemed like a genuine fuck up.
Yeah,
because
I think
video game movies are always shit. So it could be.
It's one creative director who does things a certain way, who gets hired by whomever. So let's say, I don't know, is it Sega? Who the hell owns Sonic? I don't even know. So
Sega.
So they
here's the flagship title of Sega.
Yeah. So they throw money at a public production studio. They say, okay, we're going to make you a Sonic film. Here's the way we do things. They go great. They have their sketches, they have their designs. Like, okay, it's a little more realistic than we thought. Fine, whatever. It matches their style. Boom. Here's a trailer. Everyone flips their shit. Like, what the hell is this? So they just gave money to a production company with their creative direction without any say. Because a Sonic fan, any Sonic fan who worked at Sega who knew of this would go like, what the flying crap is that rodent creature? That is disgusting. Mm-hmm. That's not Sonic.
Well, they tried to make Sonic look more like a real hedgehog, and that is
an alien,
not a good idea.
From another dimension
he's
or something. Yeah,
designed over the top to be cool in every way. That's the whole point of his design.
His eyes don't make sense. His hair doesn't. Nothing makes sense. That's the point. He's fun. He's cool. He's fast.
Yeah, and there was in the final version for the movie there was a good choice, I'd say, where they gave him a nose bridge, but it is almost the color of his sclera, of the white of his eyes, almost that. So that kind of works. But in general, just from the weird genre that is, here is fictional childhood character, whether cartoon or video game, that is suddenly in our world. It's basically reverse isekai. It's what all these things are.
Yeah.
This movie is okay.
Yeah,
there's a lot of shit in this subgenre. This movie does it surprisingly well. It's not a story from the manga or comic or what that was. It's its own thing. It's its own origin story for Sonic and Robotnik. But within itself, it works.
So
it's okay. It's a quaint movie. It's amusing. Sonic's personality is likable. I thought it would be obnoxious, but no, it's likable.
It's very similar to the shows for kids in the 80s and 90s, like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies, rather. It's like, what can you do to make, I don't know, humanoid turtles come to life? How would you do that? So prosthetics, big latex suits, whatever. And they tried their best. It's like, wasn't perfect, but we got it. It was fun. Same thing with the second.
I loved the first Turtles movie.
Yeah,
I loved the costumes.
It was good.
It was so well done.
Yeah. It was cute. It was fun. As a kid, you eat this stuff up. It's like, wow, it's like my comic book characters come to life or my video game come to life. That's the same idea. I'm not so sure about the Super Mario Brothers movie. That was a bit on the nose with the...
There was some avant-garde
weirdo. There was like this weird, realistic kind of surreal thing going that I couldn't quite taste. I couldn't quite like, what is that? It's kitschy. It's trying to be high end, but it's nowhere near that. And it's kind of tongue in cheek and goofy.
It was trying to do the whole dystopian post-apocalypse Warzone Mad Max style.
We're being invaded.
Theme that was popular at the time.
I don't know. Yeah, it was hard for me to grasp as a kid, or rather, as a young adult. So it was hard to think about, and I think we all agreed it was pretty horrible. But I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad it existed, because now we can look at it.
I think it could have only been made in that era.
Yeah.
During the height of those types of movies.
Because
otherwise it wouldn't have gotten these themes.
Well, if you think about Japan taking their beloved mascot and turning it into a cartoon, which I think the West did. Was it the West or Europe who turned Super Mario Brothers into a cartoon?
That was the US.
It was the US, yeah. It never really, I mean, I watched it as a kid, but it was like, it never really had that sort of memorable quality to it. It was just sort of goofy.
Oh god, have you ever seen Captain N?
Yes, that was. I'm not sure what.
Every character is wrong.
Mega Man is. I don't know what the hell's wrong with him. Simon Belmont's a narcissist. He's just constantly combing his hair. It was bizarre. Kid Icarus, like, what the hell is? Like, nothing made sense.
Less we talk about it, the better.
Yeah.
After that,
the way they made the way Mother Brain was designed.
Oh my god, a big black woman. Big black woman in a brain.
No,
jar.
It was a face draped over the brain of Mother Brain, 2 eyes and this giant mouth, and it's just
with lipstick and bullshit. Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Yes.
Goofy shit. Yeah, really goofy shit. But anyway.
Yeah, but the Sonic movie was okay. I was, when I saw it, I was surprised how little I had to complain about it. And that is probably the best thing you can say about a video game movie.
And Jim Carrey was not horrible. I mean, he had his he's goofy because that's what he does. But you know,
it was insane from the beginning.
Yeah.
But there were surprising moments, like him just getting punched in the beginning, just being knocked out, and that nobody has ever done that to me. Like, good, I did it. It's great, loved it.
And then at the end he becomes Robotnik. It's so ridiculous. Yeah. I think he pulled it off just right.
I even loved the stupid pun with the Castaway reference.
Yes.
All right. So
reconnaissance, wonderful.
I think we're ready to get going. Here's some super chats and a donation. Hey, Joe Crazy, how's it going? Oh God, Renegade Cut Q. Sonic theme or Sanic theme? Is that satanic? I don't know.
Sonic team. It's just like a ear-rape version of Green Hill Zone. If you no.
Yeah, okay. I remember that.
And I also, during the time, because we talked a lot about it, I asked my drum roll, my black friends, why Sonic is such a big thing among black people, especially. And he couldn't explain it. It just is, just like the fighting games, just like Mega Man.
Yeah,
it just is.
Well, Sonic is black, yeah.
Sonic
we
is
have. I thought we had Knuckles for that. I don't know.
Knuckles is black too. What? No,
I don't know. Because Knuckles has the Rasta hair thing, so that's why the SJWs think.
I thought he got associated with that because like most of his teams have like a rap under it. Like I think in like Dreamcast, they like every single team that he got had like rapper next to it. It's like what the fuck?
Oh boy.
Sonic is like the least ghetto thing I can think about.
Well, Sonic fights for freedom. That's cool.
Yes.
He runs and thereby
he
freedom.
fights against the second industrial wave.
Is Sonic fighting against communism, and therefore
Yes.
that's why Renegade Cut doesn't like him?
If he makes
Because
some analogy
Robotnik
with
is turning
collecting
everyone
money,
into working slaves,
like when he collects coins, like he's stealing from the man or some bullshit. You're like, oh my god.
Oh no. It's because Robotnik Robotnik is pissed that everyone's not working, so he's creating the workers' paradise by roboticizing everyone.
Oh, okay. I could see him wanting to talk about that. All right. What a great reason.
Going against your own will.
Oh.
Of course, I forgot his full name. Was it
Dr.
Ivan or
Ivor
Igor?
Robotnik.
Ivor?
Yes. At least in the
It's
cartoon.
a mix of Ivan and Igor?
Anyway, let's keep going. Here's the Mechanist. The Revisionist returns to sour our day. Is he a revisionist? I'm not sure what he is.
He's like a failed comedian.
He doesn't try to be funny. I don't think he even attempts to be funny. I don't think it's possible.
His life is a
I have to add to that. I didn't play much of the Sonic games because I had the Nintendo consoles and my school buddy had the Sega consoles.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we just played the other games when we visited each other.
I played
and later on he switched to the Nintendo consoles.
Yeah, but he was smart. Also, there were no Sega consoles after 2000, so. But yeah, I think I had like.
What's the Dreamcast?
It went through the Sega Genesis ones, and Sonic 06. That's the best one.
Dreamcast was underrated.
Good. Yeah,
I was surprised by how good the controller is.
Dreamcast was a beautiful little machine, the same way the GameCube was a beautiful little machine. They were.
What a shame.
They were just. They had They had good games, good quality products, good controllers. Everything just seemed to work with those systems for whatever reason.
I feel like the marketing campaign was just not there for.
Well, Sega, the Sega marketing campaign, at least the TV ads were really funny. I really liked them. So
yeah,
I don't know why they didn't work, but as a kid, you're like, this is.
I think it's probably the mafia because Nintendo is funded by the mafia.
Is it?
There are some connections apparently. Like I read like some articles like way back that had like some Yakuza connections.
Well, Nintendo did start out making cards for card games.
That was like a cover up.
Awesome. I need to learn about that. This sounds wonderful.
Anyway,
let's keep going. What Nintendo also did was they had a company internal magazine, if you will, of the people who made their localization, for example.
Yeah.
In Germany, we had the Club Nintendo magazine. It was made by the people who made the localizations and were in the credits for the games and everything, and also made the German manuals and even walkthroughs that you got with the big RPGs. And that I think that was a great marketing campaign because those magazines were free when you went into your local electronics store, into the video game aisle, and in the Nintendo corner there you can just take these Club Nintendo magazines for free. You could sign up for a subscription that would cost you because it's sent to your home. But the general thing was free. And I was signed up for that because you got yearly gifts for it. For example, 1 year we got the Ocarina of Time symphonic soundtrack. And they ran out of copies to send to their customers because everybody wanted it. That's all.
All right. Here's Francis Bordacopla. Thank you. So Renegade Cut calls the Sonic movie unbearably empty, yet sings praises for the queef symphony that was 2016 Ghostbusters. Jesus, Sonic sold units. Renegade Cut is busy sucking units. Oh.
Well, he wants to look at women, and in Sonic, the women don't play a frontal role. The friend wife of the main character, of the male human main character, is a strong, independent black woman, by the way, but she's well written. And she's not in the forefront. She's just okay. This weird shit is going on with this creepy blue alien. You're insane, but I'm gonna help you. And then this is over, and then we go on a vacation, or something like that.
All right.
Was a good supportive girlfriend.
And here's last one from Joe Crazy. Captain N for Smash when? Oh my
No.
Yes.
No.
If they could
Shouldn't have brought it up.
If they could
Captain
put
N
in
doesn't exist.
all those ridiculous Smash characters that from like the 80s when they had those mobile handholds. What are they called?
Handheld.
The handheld. They were. What the hell were they called though? They were these
Game & Watch?
The Game & Watch, is that the name of them?
That was
Virtual
the
Boy.
quartz crystal thing that were more like set. How do you say this even?
It's like an adventure game, but you're just timing when to press the button to move to the next part of the grid of the thing. But yeah, they were all Crystal Matrix. You're right. All these little puzzles, and if they could turn that into a character, they can turn Captain N into a character. I don't know why you'd want to do it.
No, but I don't. Because Captain N is not an official Nintendo character.
This is true. Yeah.
Maybe that's the reason why all the game characters in Captain N looked nothing like the actual characters. Maybe there was some copyright issue going on. I don't know.
It's funny. I just remember those bizarre.
No, Nintendo was just like giving out the rights at the time because like they saw that that's like a quick way to make money, and or maybe that's by accident. I don't know, because like there was also like those Philips CDI games for Zelda and Mario.
Oh yeah, that was around the same time.
Like they officially had Nintendo's rights to use those characters for a while, because I think like they had it licensed for like that they would make a game for the Nintendo or the Super Nintendo, but they didn't do that. Instead, they made it for their own fucking console, and then like Nintendo was like saying that that didn't happen. Ignore it. That was the best fucking thing ever.
Anyway, we've got plenty
That's
of.
why we need a seal of quality.
Plenty of strange products from Nintendo in the 80s and 90s that we wish did not exist, but we got them anyway. So, anyway, let's hear about Sega and Renegade Cut's opinion of the movie of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Spooky imagery and sad things. What?
Is he showing his face again?
At the Olive Garden Italian restaurant, we speak a different language. Some would say speaking.
I'm already terrified.
It's your family.
The Olive Garden Italian restaurant, where all the best of Italy is yours. Come back for the endless refills of salad and garlic breadsticks that make us special.
You ever worry that the world is slowly crumbling into a dystopia, unrecognizable from your youth, and that perhaps you have...
Yeah, you want to know why Renegade Cut?
Communism.
Because of people like you. Holy crap. Dude.
Yeah. That's all your fault. Your stupid ideology. Your stupid Marxist religion.
Every single person.
Or even Hegelian. If you go far enough back, you'll end up with Hegel.
Well, you could argue Hegel had some pretty good ideas, but they want to subvert Hegel in many ways with the materialist dialectic and just reverse everything Hegel said with regards to reasoning.
Yeah, but it's just...
What was the point of that Italian restaurant?
I don't know.
The dialectic doesn't always work.
It's not a great restaurant, but it's not the end of the world.
The stupid idea of the long march through history that is indistinguishable from the idea of God's plan.
If he wants
that you leave out the God part.
If he wants to show Attack the Italian restaurant, show East Side Mario's or something. Not the Olive Garden. The Olive Garden's like passable if you're starving. But come on.
I'm not familiar with your brands in the US. What I would guess is what he's doing is, this is the Italian restaurant he heard of that is supposedly good, so he shows that.
I think. I don't know.
Or maybe his life is like a salad with olive oil.
What?
It's greasy and nobody wants it.
It's bitter and sour. I can't finish it all. Yeah. And there's so much.
I do agree with the chat that bread looked wrong.
Well, even if you go to East Side Mario's, they will give you unlimited bread and salad, and it never ends. It's just disgusting. You're like, I don't need 3 salads a meal, okay? I barely need 1. Why would you?
Why, George Lucas?
I don't know. They just keep giving you salad and soup and bread. I'm like, what the hell's wrong with you people? Anyway, let's keep going. Tyler Preston, here's a couple of comments from the video. I'm surprised that interracial marriage in Sonic wasn't too PC for them. Since when is a woman more political than a low-income, undocumented immigrant and environmentalist who happens to be a hedgehog? Wow. What?
What?
What the hell?
Excuse me?
Who are these people?
I didn't get the end of that. I was surprised that the diverse relationship was not obnoxious. It was good. That's how you do it right.
Yeah, I think the girl's relative was the only weird one. Was he's a cop or something like that.
Yeah, but
that's all I can remember.
Otherwise, she was the dumb insane mother of the, I think mother or sister of the girlfriend.
Ah, I see. Yeah.
Yeah. So she was basically the on the side comic relief joke character that had 2 sketches or something.
Yes, she was barely even in the movie, thank God. But yeah, that's all I can
remember.
Yeah,
but she wasn't an earnest character. And she was just there to be funny, because this is a comedy. It's a comedy.
Yes,
things are funny.
Family movie.
It's supposed to be funny. So when there's obnoxious shit, it's probably supposed to be funny.
Yes.
Here is Mike Testa. Hey, Mike, how's it going? Then why does Game Boy look like a Game Boy in N? Do you mean Captain N?
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember. Was there Game Boy in Captain N?
Yeah, I think there was a sentient Game Boy.
Oh, my God. I think I remember that. Oh, shit. Oh my God. Okay.
But they had to get that right because that was probably a paid advertisement for Nintendo.
Jeez.
So the designer had to stay in for 1 day to how does the Game Boy look like?
Let's not think about that. Let's get back to this wonderful scene of a bunch of people trying to stop Black Lives Matter from tearing up a city or something.
I truly wonder if Leon, is that his name?
Probably.
Is trying to make a point that the main character is a police officer, so it's bad. That's my bet. What's your
RoboCop?
It's kind of like that, yeah. Because everything that is American or
Miles Morales
just a bit conservative, it's bad. Must be destroyed. Must be assimilated.
Stared into the void, the middle distance between yourself and oblivion, just a little too long, and that having done this, brought something back with you? And then have you ever seen the Sonic the Hedgehog movie and had all of this confirmed? Sonic the Hedgehog opens in an animated world made to resemble the video game upon which it's based. A bright but weightless world full of nothing that distracts children from talking to their parents and makes millennials who grew up on said games mistake recognition for genuine happiness. Then a tribe of Knuckles ambush Sonic and try to grab him.
But if someone tries to touch you in a place or in a way that makes you feel uncomfortable, that's no good.
So Sonic's owl mother sends him to Earth to protect him from the echidnas. Sonic grows up in Green Hills while avoiding all human contact because he's a blue space alien. I
love this opening
joke.
I loved
with the people in town, but he was told to keep away because, again, he's a blue space alien. Sonic the Hedgehog is all alone and also a cowboy, so he needs to find friends. The United States Department of Defense takes a break from ruining.
Just on the note, that scene in that bar, that was the thing that broke my suspension of disbelief too much, because that was just dumb.
Yeah,
and there was no reason for Sonic to even try to do that, to disguise himself, to have normal human fun for 5 minutes. That didn't work. That's all.
Well, he's going to talk about how bad the American military is. So let's hear that.
Oh no, the military is pretty fine.
U.S. hegemony, especially in the Middle East, to send Dr. Robotnik to Green Hills to determine what's making all that sweet
the movie has
energy.
Nothing to do with the
Sonic
Middle East.
and Tom, the town sheriff, team up to stop Robotnik and to keep him safe, and they win. Tom and his wife offer to let Sonic stay with them to keep him safe.
No. That is wrong. You didn't watch the movie, Cavernacle. You did not watch the movie. That is not the plot. Not.
It's Renegade Cut.
No.
Oh, it's Renegade Cut.
Yes.
These guys are all the same. They're all low energy idiots.
That's not your fault. That's true. They're all the same.
Low and internally sad. These people are all depressed. Really depressed. At least comes across that way. What I wanted to say. They're not trying to stop Robotnik. It's not what they're doing. They're trying to flee to get to Sonic's bag of magical warp teleportation rings so that he can go to the next world. So that he can escape Robotnik. Because he accidentally dropped it in an accidental teleportation opening ring thing, and it landed on some skyscraper in a city, I don't remember, in LA or something, which is very far away. And he had to get there, but he didn't know where that city is. So he needs the human guy to help him get there. Although Sonic is very fast, he could get there on his own if he knew where to go. But he needs a guide. That's why he has to slow down, essentially. And Robotnik is chasing them. Because Robotnik wants Sonic's power.
Here is the Mechanist. What Pinko isn't a revisionist, it's his villain name. Okay. Mike Testa. Wow, that's actually racist. Thanks, Renegade Cut. I'm sure he said something about that. That was probably not accurate, but I wouldn't know.
Hello, all my echidnas.
It's something. He's being disingenuous. They're called echidnas. Okay. Did he say that? I thought he said that.
I don't know. He said knuckles.
I think
little knuckles.
A bunch of knuckles.
Oh,
yes.
Okay. Francis Ford Coppola. Can somebody please tell this hemorrhoid to clear his goddamn throat? I can hear the phlegm dangle on his uvula and bounce against his esophagus and back. I don't know what it is. He's just low energy. He just sounds not interested.
I said it before, but like ever since Trump was elected in 2016, he sounds like this. Like you go and check any of his previous videos, and like it's like really high energy about this stuff.
Maybe he should get his thyroid checked. Too much stress can break that thing.
I think like Trump stole his mojo.
I'm just talking from experience.
Here's Mike Testa. I'm not even sure he played the games. No, I don't think he did.
No. But he I'm sorry I went on a too long dism about the plot, but he didn't watch the movie because what he said is not a movie. No one's trying to stop Robotnik. No one's trying to do that. That's a final showdown in the end, but even that is just getting rid of him because Robotnik doesn't stop. Sonic's goal is all the time get teleportation rings, get away from Earth.
All right, here's one more, and we keep going. Here's from Francis Ford Coppola again. The Sonic cartoon is a damning condemnation of socialism and not capitalism, given the fact that Dr. Robotnik runs the place using top-down economic planning, where everything is owned by him, making him the state.
Not wrong.
Interesting. That's probably more credit to a cartoon for kids than you think, but if that's the actual economic model, good for him. I mean, probably not to do with anything with the plot.
Well, the communists always try to say, that's fascism, that's fascism.
Because
then why does your communism always look like fascism?
You're trying to say owning a factory is fascism?
Yes.
Okay.
Production without the state is fascism. Freedom of thought is also fascism.
What?
Having
anyway,
opinions is also fascism.
Let's see him summarize this plot a bit better here.
Or Sonic could have checked for houses on Zillow.
Apartments for rent, I found on Zillow. Apartments for rent, I found on Zillow.
What's wrong with Zillow?
Advertisement. Oh no.
Some product placement?
Product placement, yeah.
So they found a home that they're trying to rent on a website, and they're mentioning the real life website for whatever reason, and he doesn't like this. I don't. What is your point? There's nothing wrong with having a website that everyone knows, that many millions of people I'm sure use to buy the thing they need.
I would say it's even more embarrassing when you like pretend that it's like some made up website, but it almost entirely resembles the one.
You see that in anime all the time, like Google or McDonald's. It's always like Google or Mickey Ends or something like that.
But there's, I think in Code Geass, there's Pizza Hut. It's fucking everywhere.
Yeah, Pizza Hut's everywhere. It's funny. They don't give a shit.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Someone needs to
even in a country where you don't know this website, the whole situation still works.
Yeah, who cares?
Because you understand by context what it's supposed to be.
So long as it's a simple sounding name for a website, and they're gonna buy a house. That's all we need. We don't need to know it's Airbnb or it's some other rental property. Like it's just a thing that people use to do a thing. It's like great. It's a website, software. Great. Let's go. Ugh. Here's Mike Testa. After all, he is X-Channel Awesome and they're Gould? What?
Yes.
He was on Channel Awesome?
He was on Channel Awesome,
What was he doing? What did he do on Channel Awesome?
He was like one of the lesser known guys.
Yeah, but how? Awesome. He speaks so slowly and
he is the antithesis to awesome.
Yeah, Channel Awesome, they're crazy. They're energetic nutsoids.
Wait, no. It might have been called like that guy with the glasses. Like that's when he was there.
Okay.
At the time, yes.
All right. That at least makes a little
maybe
bit
like
sense.
Channel Awesome was back then. I don't know.
I don't know.
know.
Anyway, okay. Zillow is bad because I don't know.
You can deal with iffy buyers, or just sell your house to Zillow and get a competitive all-cash offer. Zillow offers.
Sonic the Hedgehog has become a banner for right-wing YouTubers who think
Geeks and Gamers, Clownfish TV, Dumbsville.
I want, when you say that, when Renegade Cut says that, I have to remind you of something that the left the radical left, Antifa, has been doing for decades. And that is print stickers, real stickers, not memes on the internet, real stickers with well-known video game and cartoon characters and inserting their propaganda lines onto those things, which is a form of, what do you call it? Baiting, indoctrination,
White supremacy. Yeah.
No. Antifa is doing this, and they put these stickers everywhere, and it's basically this is what you see today in leftist memes, where it's like Super Mario says trans rights, things like that. And they've been doing this for decades.
Is that the same thing as putting the fist symbol in the back or the foreground of a rainbow flag? And
yes.
Like that is
anything really. Like that, you just have a character and then you put like any kind of like shit behind it, and
then you put a propaganda line into that. It's so this is beyond copyright issues.
Is that how we say the SJWs can't meme because they don't know what the hell they're doing? They just slap crap together and.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's deliberate to target children to make them think that these are good slogans because they're associated with the cartoon and video game characters that the kids like. That's the idea behind it. Whether that works is another question.
You know, for the longest time, I thought like they are just like innocent jokes. Like nobody actually thinks this shit. Maybe they just like threw this together to have a laugh.
So they believe that this works and this is important. This is part of their propaganda work. They go through every city, and like they put up their Antifa cafe stickers and an Antifa zone and whatever else. They also put these photoshopped things with left slogans, with pro-socialist slogans, and kids characters on it. This is to lure in kids into socialism. That's the idea. It's a psyop. It's irrelevant whether it works or not, but that's what they're doing. That's the aim. So when I always want to say Tabernacle, I'm sorry. When Renegade Cut now complains that Sonic has become a right-wing symbol, he's either lying or he's not been aware what Antifa has been doing for the last 20 to 30 years.
Anyway, so
because they have actively and by the word appropriated popular characters as megaphones for their personal politics.
See, I can't see that. Maybe they've been trying to do that, but I've never actually listened to care enough for them to say, "Oh, look, Super Mario is."
You're in Canada. Antifa is a new phenomenon for you. In Germany, they revived in the 80s. They initially from the Weimar Republic, but they revived in the 80s, and they've been doing all sorts of subversive bullshit ever since. So this, what you see in the US happening, what you see in Canada happening, what you now see in the rest of Europe happening with Antifa flags everywhere, that is initially the German style of Antifa of the last 30 years. And that's why we in Germany, we just didn't really take note of it when it happened in the other countries because, they're getting it too now.
Well,
that's all.
I do like how apparently the right-wingers are at the time last year, they were showing how much money and how popular the Sonic movie was in comparison to Birds of Prey. And
yes, that's what stuck with me.
That was sort of the pattern. It was this memeing thing that was going around, which I thought was fun.
The other thing is that I feel like those two were the last movies before the Chinese thing came to us. So it was pretty easy to make this comparison. The other thing is that both of them came out at the same time. So
yeah,
why not make the comparison?
Easy enough.
Yes. The other thing is that I feel like the Birds of Prey cult started by spreading some shit that how good this movie is, and you shouldn't go see Sonic because it's some kind of right-wing political thing.
Really? A movie for kids? That's nuts. Okay, well,
yes.
Anyway, let's blame the right-winging YouTuber channels who talk about media.
Self-describing as anti-SJW can be a replacement for a personality. The movie...
You know what, Renegade Cut? That would be really funny coming from you if you actually had a personality that we can identify with. You think...
Yeah, this is one of these moments of a sudden moment of awareness, but he fails to reflect on it.
All these guys,
so it just turns into projection.
I don't know all these guys, but I will tell you very easily, they have probably more personality and gumption on their channel and talking about media than you do. Saying that they're comparing these two movies is a reason because the SJWs were attacking Sonic movies or the Sonic movie. Mm-hmm. That's why they're making this news item. I might have done that if I cared, but I don't really care about, these whatever Birds of Prey was supposed to be. It's just silly.
It's just, I just find it hilarious in a sad way that SJWs are the people, due to the whole narcissism bullshit that's going on in that whole scene, that due to their lack of personality, actual personality, substitute that with ideology. That's what they're doing. So I have no idea how Renegade Cut came up with the idea that everyone else is doing it.
This is again, as we say, they project. They have no other arguments. They have no other understanding or logic or reason or evidence. They go, oh, they're just projecting. It's like, wait.
The other thing is that I feel like it's like very apparent is that like you see like the Sonic's design in the movie. Like it's trying to be as close as to the video game as possible. Mm-hmm. While you have like the Harley Quinn design in like these modern DC movies, and like you see like not only like the personality of the character, but like the design is also like just like way off. Like,
yeah, well that's the thing.
Every single character that has.
With live action adaptations, you have to get someone who's attractive enough to carry the weight of the narrative. And I will say Margot Robbie is an attractive woman, and she does do very good drama.
And like she puts on this makeup, and like she's like least attractive.
She's goofy.
I don't know, like what they did. Like it's horrible.
It's almost like a goofy version of what a New Yorker would be, and just played with the stereotype of the accent. And
she has like a Jewish accent, like the New Yorker would have. It just doesn't make any sense. Because like the personality itself is just like exact opposite of like what that would be.
If we can imagine that she is of the person, I don't even know if that's in the lore. It's like she gets hit by the. Well, yeah, she does. She falls in the vat of poison, the same that the Joker did, and she survived.
Yeah.
So she's just as crazy as he is, apparently. Mm-hmm. Which I'm not even sure if that's lore specific. I thought she was just crazy.
I thought she just fell in love with Joker while she was his therapist.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I thought it was. Not she actually has the same problem as Joker, which is interesting that two people can survive that.
Can't remember if like she was invented for the animated series or not. Like the 90s.
Yeah, I'd have to reference a Batman expert about
like,
that.
I can't. Yeah, that was at least my introduction to that character. Yeah.
All right, here's Mike Testa. Ghouls, I meant when he's saying, and they're the Gould, he meant to say ghouls. So that the X-Channel Awesome people are ghouls. All right.
Ghouls. Yeah.
Ghouls or ghoul?
I thought Gould from Stargate, but that's just my sci-fi brain working. Here is
ghouls as in like a lesser vampire.
Oh yeah. Here's alt-right leftist incel. All right. Basing one's personality on being anti-SJW is infinitely more dignified than substituting watching your woman get railed by your friends for a personality. Well, I don't know what these people do.
Right, that's what he said, but it's not. It's not basing your personality on being against social justice warriors.
I see nothing wrong with people.
It's like saying this person bases his personality on being against psychopaths. What? That's not a personality.
Yeah, that's a
stance. That's a principle.
Yeah, it's an opinion. It's a thought process. That's I want to fight against this thing, vocation in life sort of idea. Not a personality, unless you want to argue that your entire emotional response to disliking something is going to be this negative sort of condescending tone. And then it's like, he's basing his whole personality on the thing I like. He's so stupid. Like, that's the sort of attitude.
I'd say it's a type of emotional argument, a very disingenuous one.
Yeah, like when I say I see fans of Mass Effect or this or that game or book series where I was like, yeah, they are obviously fans. Fans are all the same. They have this really big fascination with a thing which I have already seen as flawed, but still entertaining. So they're excited. It's like anime or cartoons, like, wow, He-Man. Kids are excited, but they don't I don't think kids are like fans of
guys
Star
like
Wars
Renegade Cut think because he cannot comprehend how someone could have a problem, could see something negative with social justice. Because in his mind, social justice is perfect. Told you about something similar I a few days ago in an encounter. Who thinks that the thing she believes in is perfect, and therefore it can do nothing wrong, it can do nothing bad, and thus everything bad it does is either ignored or justified.
Yeah,
and that's what people like Renegade Cut are doing in their heads.
Even
so the only explanation he can have for people being against social justice is, oh, you just do that because it's edgy and you think you feel better, like the better person. It's all projection, of course. But instead of acknowledging some actual internally inconsistent problems and negative effects that social justice has.
Right. Well, the media that we actually enjoy, we know it's not perfect. I think most people can say that because they've analyzed it so much, they spent so much time listening and watching and reading. Say KOTOR 2 is not perfect, even though the themes, the stories, and characters are great. They got flaws and problems, and there's dialogue issues and philosophy issues, and it's drawn out too much. There's too many characters. There's all kinds of problems with these games. But we still appreciate it for what it was trying to do and what it did actually do. No one is going to say... Yeah, no one's going to say this is a perfect piece of media. No one's ever going to say that. That doesn't happen.
Yeah, same with Vampire the Masquerade.
Oh, God.
The Bloodlines.
That game is a
wonderful, mess. Absolutely wonderful game, but a mess.
One of the, not the buggiest, but one of the crashiest ones I've ever played.
Well, that does fall into the category of bugs as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, also not properly finished. Very hasty at the end. It's where you get the hack and slash levels from. You may remember the sewer level that is just long pipes with the body horror monsters, the big ones.
Yeah, they give you a katana. Everyone gets a katana. It's like, okay, thanks.
But that is just one long drawn out thing that is just there to kill time.
Yeah.
Because they would have designed more, but they ran out of resources.
Yeah. It's kind of sad how you could tell it's like, okay, something's not right here. I understand.
It's like the KOTOR issues with we ran out of story, but not because we didn't have any ideas anymore, but because we didn't have any money.
Okay.
Then you have unfinished games.
Here's Mike Testa, animated series exclusive, and she fell in love. There we go. Okay. Didn't know that. Cool stuff.
She, from what I remember from the animated series, she was a surprisingly grounded character.
Yep.
She was not the over-the-top thing that they made in these live-action things.
All right. Let's go.
Is a pawn in a culture war that never really needed to happen and is used as a weapon against a completely
You started it, and now you complain that you have
sweaty
examples where you
discourse
lose it.
That always smells like a basement. Here's why.
Wait a second. What was that? Let me rewind that.
Is used as a weapon against a completely unrelated movie, Birds of Prey, in the sweaty gamer discourse that always smells like a basement.
Okay. First off, the SJWs, as Wisp said, started the fight. The only people on YouTube are reporting it. They're not adding to the fires. They want it to stop. Yeah. They don't want people to fight.
They're just saying, look, here's your SJW bullshit that you tell us is not made for us. Second, you complain that we don't watch it. And on the other hand, it's something that is made authentic for fans, by fans. That is successful.
Harley Quinn movie, like Birds of Prey, like tanked like hell. Like barely anyone went to see it. That was the whole point. Like it's
like Ghostbusters 2016. Same thing. If Sonic had come out next to Ghostbusters 2016, it would have had the same thing. Because Ghostbusters 2016 tanked, and good it did. Because that movie was a scam, essentially. I'm not even sure it was a movie. But that's another topic. At least not the kind you would expect on that budget.
Apparently,
but yeah, had you had Sonic, this Sonic movie next to that, Same thing.
So apparently it made a gross worldwide of $202 million, but it spent about 250 to 300 million. Sorry, it needed 250 to 300 million to break even.
Wow. That's a Bird of Prey?
That's not, I don't even know if that counts for marketing. I have no idea.
Yeah,
marketing
probably double the
is,
marketing.
Yeah.
And that's
like that fucking shit was everywhere.
That's the funny thing, though. The marketing for all these films are great. They're really good. Like, I really like the marketing they did for Suicide Squad. Birds of Prey was decent. The actual content wasn't, but the way they cut the trailer was good. So if you're a fan of DC, you might go, maybe I'll watch it. But then you see reviews, you're like, oh my God.
Hollywood is better explained as not making movies, but making trailers.
Enticing you, tickling you. Oh, look at this thing. Like, ooh. Dangling the keys.
It's trailers. They don't make movies, they make trailers.
Yeah.
When you then see the movie, it's badly written, and you have the trailer scenes in there sometimes not even that. And you feel a little bit, I don't know, dirty is the wrong word.
Well, I remember that scene from Rogue One. The most exciting part of the trailer from Rogue One was the TIE fighter pops up and she's standing right. It's like, oh my God.
And that doesn't happen.
Doesn't happen in the film.
I rebel.
Great line dialogue there. Fantastic.
Wasn't in the movie. It's the rebellion, right? I rebel. Okay. It's not in the movie? Fuck off.
Yeah.
It's for advertisement.
But yeah, like fuck that. Like everything looks like a trailer. Yeah, like Suicide Squad was literally made by a trailer studio.
They actually cut the video, the actual video.
Yeah, they actually cut the entire movie by the same company that usually makes the trailers for those movies.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it was such a jumbled mess.
Anyway, let's go.
Here's why. A subsection of social media loves this movie because it is the apolitical gold standard that they claim they always want. Whereas...
No, it just came out at the same time, and it's a good contrast. And it was getting attacked by the people who were saying, oh, you're just a loser if you don't watch it. Like, you don't have a negative campaign to have people spend money. That's stupid.
There's a literal scene in Birds of Prey where it's like showing that, like, Harley Quinn voted for Bernie. Like, what does that say about you? During, like,
she's evil because she votes for a Maoist.
No. Like, just don't put like any kind of like political shit, especially like current politics, into your movie. Please.
Yeah, it's what I want. I wanted to say the other side of that coin is that Sonic works because it's timeless, because it doesn't do any of that. You can watch this 10 years from now. You could have watched it 10 years ago. It would work. But SJWs, they always need their little fetish where they rub themselves between their legs on their political stances and their political slogans. That's why they want Birds of Prey to work. That's why they want Ghostbusters 2016 to work. But normal people and sane people are put off by that. And they like Sonic because it doesn't have these things.
Because they have kids and they go to the movie theater to see fun movies with their kids.
Yeah. Sonic is for the most part a very innocent movie.
Yeah, there's no over the top violence, there's no over the top swear words or adult scenarios. It's all fun.
I think there's like one damn, and that's it. That's all the swear words.
See, believe it or not, adults
the even looks as if there are stakes. Like,
yeah, parents actually want to have fun with their kids and be safe. And this is a very simple thing. Like, it's not a complex idea. Plus,
and it's hard to pull this off, especially when you've seen a ton of movies.
There are people who grew up playing Sonic. Let's go see a Sonic movie. We're 30 years old now. Let's go watch it. It's like, yeah, cool. Why not?
Yeah, and adapting the whole Sonic Robotnik thematic and iconography. Is that how you say it? The style, the Robotnik style of how he makes drones and everything into modern technology Earth that looks like evil Apple products. Okay, that would just be Apple products. But his drones essentially look like Apple products because, well, his whole shtick is the that's why he's also called Dr. Eggman. But that's one of the things that I remember. That's one of the things I didn't understand, why Sonic all of a sudden called him Eggman all the time. That wasn't really established. He just starts saying that. And I would have to guess why he does that.
Thing looks like an egg.
Not really. Not really.
Well, in Japanese, he was always called Eggman, so...
All right, let's go.
That might be it.
Birds of Prey, a movie released around the same time and competed with Sonic at the box office, is
Not
political because it stars a woman.
No.
The barrier between what is apolitical and political to these people is actually paper thin.
Really? You honestly think they can't tell the difference between Sonic the Hedgehog and
fucking Metal Gear Solid again? Like, what's with these radical leftists in this fucking game?
They can't tell the difference between these two completely different films at the box office. When they go to spend money, they go, let me think about the reviews for a second, where people are saying, oh, it's a piece of crap. There's all this bullshit in it about hating men. And here's a show about a bunch of kids having fun watching their video game character.
That's like a kind of image that I get from Birds of Prey. That like I think like every man is just fucking incompetent in that movie. It's only like the females who can do anything.
Yep.
And even like Ewan McGregor is like a fucking ridiculous villain. Like he's so stupid. All his henchmen are dumbasses. I have mistakes that they do. I thankfully like my brain deleted the movie, so I can't remember much from it. But I remember that like he ends up going to like a misty bridge that's like next to like the ocean itself, and he gets defeated by a ricochet or like something dumb as that. And like Harley Quinn manages to like swindle out of like being executed by him like before like half the movie. It's so stupid.
Here is Francis Board Coppola for the donation. Thank you. So is Pol Pot Belly under the impression that just because a movie says swear words and has women wearing fugly outfits, it's more mature than another movie? Ironically, that sounds pretty juvenile. I don't know. This reasoning of how the movie was interpreted is somehow making the comparison to another, and it could have been any other film, a very small apolitical veneer between the two.
I think that they don't care about whether actually whether a female character looks sexy or not. They care about the political message that they see, that they can see, that they think to see. If Harley Quinn was not a man-hating feminist, they would hate the movie because she is sexually objectifying herself or something. Or the movie is objectifying her.
Well, I'm kind of curious, would the Bechdel test even work on this? Because the whole story is about her trying to stop thinking about the Joker. Or stop talking about the Joker. And the Joker keeps getting brought up. Because she is the henchman. She is the second fiddle.
Exactly. Yeah, but, she can't like be the main character.
Yeah, but Chad brought up a few good examples, like Battle Angel Alita, whatever problems you may have with the movie, was a serious attempt to make a genuine adaptation, CGI adaptation of it. Ghost in the Shell, same thing. But the SJWs have huge problems with both because they don't find the pro-socialist, pro-feminist message in it. So the female characters are not positive. They are just objectified or something, or say sexualized. Whereas Harley Quinn in Birds of Prey is is not seen as negative solely because of the political affiliation.
Anyway, let's.
I don't think I'm sorry. I'm taking so long. It's just I don't think I've articulated that pattern before.
Well, this is a very bad take. Most of his takes are pretty stupid, but this is just retarded. I'm just going to keep going.
Video have a contingent of fans
what?
whose hobby is their identity. There's a reason why people who watch a lot of television don't call themselves TVers, but people who play a lot of video games call themselves gamers. Part of
that is the dumbest thing. He's what?
Okay, here's your Kavanagh, Renegade Cut. My God. Fucking hell.
Don't worry, there's already a meme about this.
Those fucking guys with the stupid shit. Okay, we get it.
That's the problem with these fucking NPCs. They just have a different DLC skin loaded from the shop, and that's it. The content is the fucking same. Same mental geometry. What I wanted to say is, his mistake is, because he has this underdeveloped mind, is that he thinks that everything you do is your identity. That your hobby becomes your identity. No. I cannot pursue my hobby for 10 years and not change in my core personality.
Well,
or even in general, or feel bad about it. I just maybe don't have the time for it. And when I come back to it, hey, my hobby.
The diction he's using. Well, they don't call themselves TVers. It's like, I don't watch, let's say I was a TV guy, I don't watch everything on TV the same way I wouldn't play every game on video. It's not possible. I like certain individual games this way I like certain individuals as people, as menu items.
I think the difference TV is, I think we could call either binge watchers or couch potatoes.
Not even.
In a way, because watching TV is a very passive thing to do.
Yeah, but we're talking about
playing a video game is active. That's why people have a different name for it. Because it's like playing outside, playing football outside.
We are comparing two different media together, and we're trying to. This word is only for. We call it only for the video gamers, but not the TV. It's like, what is your point? I'm a cider drinker, but I never touch apple or orange juice. It's like, what are you getting at?
I think this is his nasty attempt to get the conversation away to some other direction. Wow,
this is
answering really the question.
This is okay. The reason why I come down this so hard because I really hate anyone who makes a semantic argument by basing it off the thing it comes from. So a category. So the category of the whites or the blacks, and this is how the whites behave. It's like, no, not every white person. Same way, not every other person, because they're individuals. I don't like basing this, especially off a hobby, because
I think this is a straw man that fell into a poisoned well.
Yeah, that's one way of putting it. It's so dumb. It's so this is no one would ever make a comparison like this and try to argue something well thought out. This is stupid. Anyway.
Chat brings up Cyber brings up a good point. I've been for years usually only when I also did it alone. But it's always more fun when you have someone with you. I've been regularly every week been going to the cinema here, because they have a good program. They have a good sneak peek thing. They had generally a good program here, and so I'm watching movies on the regular. I have done that. That would be an active thing because I have to go there. I'm not just sitting here and letting the thing run. That is an active thing, and Cyber says there would be moviegoers in English. I wouldn't even know the German term for it. Kinoenthusiasten? I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's the main difference between an active thing and a passive thing, and just watching TV is. No one deems that an active thing.
Yeah, but even then, unless you are a guy who just their evening you just spend watching TV. I watch the TV for 4 hours. Watching what? Nothing? Just flipping the channels?
Watching the Bundestag.
I don't know. I haven't met these people. I'm sure they're still out there, but I don't know people like that. People watch specific shows. They don't watch everything, and they know everything. It's silly.
Even people who watch soap operas have certain standards
yes.
or certain genres and
very specific.
Or series they like and others they don't watch.
Anyway, let's keep going. Here's Tyler Preston. I'm 100% certain people would rather watch the 2004 live-action Cutie Honey. There's a live-action Cutie Honey? Oh, wow. Over Birds of Prey. Mainly that the film is actually fun instead of trying to avert the male gaze nonsense. Well, Cutie Honey is just a fun, action-packed sci-fi show. And it's from the 70s, I think. So I know they...
I thought 80s. It was...
well, the manga probably came out in the 70s, but the animation style was very old, yeah.
Yeah, from what I knew, it was one of the first magical girl shows.
That's one way of putting it.
Genre defining.
Yeah.
And it had a closed story. That I think one season, the original.
It's fun.
Girl was looking for her dad or something.
I don't remember the plot. I couldn't tell you. It was one of those like, oh, there's a lot of anime of Cutie Honey. Why is that? Oh, you watch it. It's cool. So, yeah, no, there's lots of great old anime out there you don't know, you forgot about. Anyway, I agree. A lot of good anime is better than many things these days.
Yeah.
Gaming subculture is a common refutation of anything that politicizes their games or their habits. But the only games that politicize their habits to them are games which have politics that do not reinforce the political status quo, and games that are their so-called apolitical gold standard.
Give me an example. Give me an example of this thing that is...
I'm sorry, maybe it's just too late, but I just hear word salad.
If he's trying to say Metal Gear Solid 5 is some political message, you're wrong. I'm sorry. That's retarded. We're talking about Hideo Kojima.
Why is he even using that right now?
He's saying, and the whole... Dude, the only people who constantly politicize absolutely everything, including their own farts, are socialists. You politicize everything. We don't politicize shit. We want others to not politicize everything because we want to actually live.
Yeah, just because
we want to enjoy life and existence and a little bit of escapism between the dreary, horrible things we have to do to get by and between having to face the actual horrors of this reality.
Yeah, just because a game like Metal Gear Solid 5 has people and soldiers fighting in some sort of skirmish doesn't make it political. What's the focus? What's the thrust of the story? What's the plot? What's the goal? What are they trying to do? Politics is very specific. And I don't think... I can't think of a specific video game which would have his flavor or brand of politics or insight or wanting to influence the conservative world in a certain way. Like I can't think of any game that does that. What is this gold? What is his idea of a political game is what I want to know. Anyway.
Are games that do reinforce political status quo. They are political, but the status quo is culturally invisible.
Which one?
Since this subsection of hobbyists hold up intellectual
What's the politics of
as
Tetris?
a value, they are not motivated or incentivized to acknowledge this. Games that portray the United States military as an overall good for the world are apolitical to gamers, at least American gamers, because this is a culturally invisible, unquestioned truth where...
No. You're misunderstanding, Renegade Cut. I promise I'm not doing this on purpose. When people play games, they play the game regardless of the story. The story has to be repulsive for people not to want to keep playing. Like The Last of Us 2. In all these war first-person shooters, it's just gameplay and I go through the story. What is apolitical in that is that I play through it as I would read through a book, regardless of the content. That is the apolitical part of it. You could say the mature part, I don't know, or the apathetic part. I think they would both go at it that way. But you have to see reflections of your faith everywhere and your dogma.
Yes, I don't think.
Therefore, everything is political to you because you're looking for reflections of your ideological lens.
Yeah, I don't think he's able to take the lens down and just play or read or watch. He has to keep it up all the time and project or filter everything through this lens. And it's ridiculous.
Because if he puts it down, he loses his identity.
I don't understand this because you play a game, you're here to have fun. You're here to enjoy. Your brain goes into this sort of neutral state of observation and reaction. And, oh, that's cool. This is interesting. What's happening around that corner? Like very basic stuff. And then you could be thinking about the dialogue or where this character might be doing or where they're going. Like all the basic stuff that you do when you explore an environment. That's interesting. What is this mysterious world I've never been? I want to find out. That's cool. That's fun. That's not, I wonder if around this corner is the worker's paradise that I've been searching for all my real life. It's like, no, you moron. That's retarded. No one thinks this way. What's the message behind Metal Gear Solid 5 and the ability for I don't know, Snake to bring the workers' paradise of military organization to stop the capitalists or whatever bullshit? Like, I don't know. That never crosses my mind. It shouldn't. It's not a thought process that is brought up. It's not a theme. It's not a story beat. It's not a character moment. It's nothing. It never happens.
Yeah, and I'm not going no you simply when I brought this up about him projecting, because I've said this before. These people have no personality of their own, so they replace or they substitute their ideology for it. Therefore, they have to see the world through the ideology. They cannot do anything else because if they stop, they would have nothing left and would have to realize how empty they are. And that is a horror they are unable to bear.
All right. Here is Knickers. Thank you for the donation, Knickers. Honest to God, would rather watch a Holocaust documentary than watch Birds of Prey. They have about the same comedic value. Also, what a surprise Renegade Cut doesn't realize that media being political in of itself isn't an issue people have. Yeah. You can tell a story that has political undertones or political message or political characters or whatever. Depends on whether it makes any sense. Does it fit? Is it believable?
There's a surprisingly good Auschwitz documentary by the BBC when the BBC was less shit.
Oh boy, that's a long time ago.
Look it up. It's a good series.
All right, one more from Mike Testa. He's going through denial in the video, isn't he? I don't know what he's going through, but it's always the same crap. It's some sort of bias he has to keep expressing.
He's the preacher.
It's just aggravating for me when he did semantics and now he's trying to do with video games. And you're just like, dude, this is dumb. Anyway, let's keep going.
Whereas a game features a woman being strong and independent in a male-dominated world is too political, and this mindset overlaps in discourse about...
Okay, Lara Croft, Samus Aran, the girl in Jet Force Gemini... Come on, give me some.
Beyond Good and Evil.
People had with this game was more about that they changed Lara Croft's personality.
Yeah, it's a
she was
reboot.
whining so much.
Yeah, the reboot.
Yeah, it was a reboot.
Yeah, because that is not Lara Croft.
Yes,
that is some whiny ass bitch.
Even if it doesn't even look like her, prequel,
it doesn't have
just doesn't fit.
Even then, you do not go through that big of a personality change.
Well.
This is not... As always, his guys try to change the narrative that this was the problem with the game.
Well, there were many problems with the game,
Instead of talking about his original point.
Yeah, no, there's lots of reasons why people liked and disliked the game. Some of it was gameplay, some of it was ludonarrative dissonance, some of it was Lara Croft being not Lara Croft.
Personally, I didn't like it because it was nothing like that. original Lara Croft games. Like I didn't like them that much, but like I more like the puzzle adventure type of games.
Yeah, this one was much more
not that
survivalist and visceral, which people loved because they died all the time. Like, oh my god, she got impaled by a giant rock. And you're like, okay. So
she couldn't make that cut if like she was having more boobs.
If only she weighed more, she could have floated on the surface. Yeah.
What about and look, Bayonetta, male-dominated world. The villain is a man, even her father, and nope, is not brought up because that's a too sexy character, and she's too independent. Because Bayonetta does not need any feminism. But these weak, these actually weak women that need to be married sued into competence and into success, the SJWs love it for some reason. They think that is the status, that those are strong women. I'm sorry. If you think those are strong women, you're beyond help.
All right. Well,
I think this leads into the tomboy issue. The tomboys tend to have more strong will, and thus less need for feminism.
Yeah, but they are extinct now.
Yeah, and that's why I think actual strong women, feminists and social justice warriors, either mistake for sexually objectified sluts, well, then it's the bad ones, or for men. Like there must be trans men or something. They do not know what a strong, independent, mature woman actually is.
Here is Fran Mataraki. Hey, how's it going? People were elated when Samus was coming back in Metroid Dread. Renegade Cut, take Chadron's unit of your ear for once. Chadrones. There's a lot happening in that last sentence there. I'm not sure I took it all. Metroid Dread. Is that Other M? Was that the...
I don't know what Metroid Dread is, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think it's a pun on... What is Metroid Dread? That was just announced. That's the new Metroid game. Oh, I see what you're talking about. Okay.
There's gonna be a new Metroid game.
Are they making this instead of Metroid 4?
That's how much I follow the news.
Yeah, I have no idea. I know there's a lot of announcements. I just didn't follow them. Whoo-hoo. Okay. Good to know. I'll check the trailer out if there is one. Anyway, let's go.
Popular media in general, including movies, and in the rare event of a video game movie, the intensity upon which it must be defended as apolitical must then double. Sonic the Hedgehog is...
Maybe because it is actually apolitical. Okay, but anyway, he's going to tell us how it's a fairly conservative film.
Yeah, and the joke here is the US military is not shown in the best of lights because Robotnik is a black budget issue that is going rogue all the time. That's the problem. They do not really want to send Robotnik after anything because, yeah, he gets jobs done, but he's doing it in very brash ways. There's lots of havoc when he does things. Understandably. They can't control him. And that's usually not a good sign of your whole organization if you have assets you can't really control.
Anyway, here's an explanation of how this is a fairly conservative film because it has the military.
It's a fairly conservative film. The character with an arc is Tom, a police officer. He goes through the basic want and need arc of wanting to be a big city cop in San Francisco to realize...
Which is not exactly a conservative city, but sure, okay.
Realizing he needs to be a friendly country sheriff. Tom's sister-in-law does not like him for unexplained reasons, and since the only thing we know about Tom is that he's a cop, we can infer that she doesn't like him because she wisely believes that the police as an institution monopolize violence and should be dismantled and replaced.
Wow.
The woman is hysterical and prejudiced like hell.
What the hell? Where did this come from?
She attests that she has a high intellect. It's hilarious. She attests that she has a high intellect because of her prejudice.
This is crazy.
Yeah. Welcome to Cultthink, where everyone who agrees with me is intelligent and everyone who doesn't is dumb.
Oh, look, the black woman hates the cop. Therefore, she must know about prejudicial effects of cop violence. I don't know.
Cop is like married to a black woman already.
They love each other.
The sister-in-law, she is hyper emotional. She's not a rational being. This woman is a joke, and well, sadly, there are people who are exactly like her, and not just black women. Those women exist in every race, but she's not a rational one. No, sorry. She's
Absolutely
even in the way of the plot.
Like she's played for a joke.
Yeah.
Yes,
but for that kind of character, she's written okay.
Yeah, the tertiary character doesn't have much of a plot. Wow.
But like, is the Renegade Cut like basing all his political assumptions on his one fucking character?
In his mind, cops are evil. Therefore, this woman is a saint of a grand galaxy brain.
Yeah,
the
because
Jesus of Sonic, the Hedgehog movie.
Cops are conservative, in case you didn't know. So same with the military; they're also conservatives. What?
So anyone who follows like an institution, like to the smallest to the rules.
Wait. The Stasi was conservative?
Apparently, if you're a member of the military or the cops, you're conservative. I have no idea how that makes any sense.
The NVA was conservative? What?
They
were shooting at our own people. How's that conservative?
I don't know. This doesn't make any sense. Let's just keep going.
Or that she just, doesn't trust cops.
Or maybe she's just, weird and angry because that's what the movie needs her to be.
Okay, if I said, I just don't trust white hysterical women, would that be okay? Renegade Cut. Oh God, Renegade Cut. Would that be okay? Because you are stereotyping and justifying your distrust and even disgust, if not hate, towards a group of people based on their profession or skin color, and as we've seen in other instances, on their based on their sexuality or health status in regards to whether they're trans or not. So you are an extremely prejudiced and biased person. One could even say you're racist and sexist. Why is it okay when you do it? Why is it okay when the people you like and agree with do it? Why is it wrong when people you disagree with do it? Because your prejudices and your stereotypes are the better ones? I thought you wanted to get rid of stereotypes. Why are you enacting them? Why are you enacting stereotypes? Why are you not standing above that? Well, why are you not judging the individual?
As we say many times in Smudcast, these fellows seem to be projecting a lot. And there's no rational deduction we could make as to what he just said relates to this character. We can't even take that apart. She's just there to be there because family. And
he couldn't even get the fucking plot of the movie right.
Yeah, well. Here's Joe Crazy. Hey, Joe. Oh, no, the whole in-laws not liking you has always been used as a joke. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty common. Lots of TV shows, lots of movies. Yeah, I'd say so. It happens. There's always the distrust of the other family looking at the other family going, what's up with them? I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my little girl, but okay. Anyway. This movie is very pro-cop. Okay. I don't think the movie is about being a cop, but sure.
So the movie is very pro-cop. Another conservative value in
That's not a conservative value, retard. Cops are not political.
Almost like cops existed like before like the First World War, even like those times.
That's retarded. How are firemen political? Like, tell me, does anyone know? Or nurses or doctors?
Because they dare save and rescue people that I disagree with. That makes them political.
Why isn't there a big hatred for doctors? They get paid crazy amounts of money. They're overly educated. They take crazy amounts of vacation.
And medication.
They can kill people probably more than cops do and get away with it.
There's a lot of malpractice going on.
Yeah, no, doctors get away with murder.
Uh-huh.
So why are cops bad? Is it maybe because
they shut down my political events?
Yeah, but the other argument, because this is all about redistribution of money, so that, we can take money away from the cops and put them into community housing or bullshit like that. I was like, what? How about public hospitals? Why not take it away from that?
Yeah, because the criminals disappear when the police goes away. Yeah.
You can make an argument for budgeting of a municipality. I'm sure everyone has an opinion on that. But
let's just decriminalize every theft under $1,000. Thereby, we eliminate theft because it has been defined away. There are no thefts happening anymore. No shoplifting.
To politicize an entire infrastructure of a society is ridiculous. Unless it's pretty obvious that, this is a wing of the Conservative Party or the left-leaning party or whatever party. Like, why does this organization exist? If not to promote itself or promote the government or something like that. And I'm sure that they've existed here and there. Most of these things are illegal. You can't have propaganda parties or propaganda wings of a government, whether it's municipal or whatever. So you're going to have you need a really great example of, what's the term, of the abuse of power and money to promote a political agenda, which we see a lot in Canada. We've got people fired over that. We've had political shuffles or bench shuffles because people spent money where they weren't allowed to, or they spent too much money, or they didn't announce the money. And that's been not only in right-leaning parties, but left-leaning parties as well, especially when most of our parties are left-leaning these days, at least in Canada. So it happens. It doesn't matter. It's bad when people abuse money and power, yes. But it doesn't have anything to do with the infrastructure of a society. That's weird. That would be picked up really quickly by the opposition party really fast. They'd be like, wait a second, you did what? You promoted what idea that I don't believe in? So cops, the specialist military members, like we have the RCMP in Canada, I'm sure there's the FBI in the States, and all kinds of other organizations. These are apolitical. They've always been this way. You might argue they're not in some cases. Some people are definitely more influenced than others. That's fine. It's America. It's North America. You're free to think whatever you like. But if there was even a smell of bias or favoritism or corruption, it would be brought up. Anyway, let's not talk about that. Let's keep going.
Film is the rural, small town is shown to be full of real Americans, and the big city Dr. Robotnik constantly demeans them for this, and for being too country. Rural and country are conflated with conservative America, and Robotnik positions himself as the enemy of said conservative America. Tom wants to leave a small town for San Francisco, the hippy-dippy city of choice when deriding urban and left-leaning values, but Tom learns in the end that his heart is in the small rural town in Montana, an idealized real America Hamlet, more fictionalized than Main Street at Disneyland. Robotnik is an egghead intellectual who the
You've
Department
not been
of
out
Defense
much,
only
have you?
reluctantly works with, and once he's out of the picture, the rough, tough American soldiers disavow his existence and show their support of Tom and his small town. Sonic the Hedgehog is anything but apolitical,
How?
but since patriotism, small-town values, and glorification
not
of both
political.
the police and military are
Look,
the culturally invisible...
Dude,
It just wants to move on to like something like more active, like that. Literally, like so many like visual and like verbal clues for this that like he just doesn't have anything to do in that small town that he is currently working for as a cop. So he wants to move on with his life to something like grander. But like then he realizes like how much they value him and like the people around him, that like it's just much more worth it for him to like stay.
I'm still.
But it sounds more like he has like an issue of like people who live in rural areas of America.
Yeah, he's bringing up these weird classifications of what it means to be American. Is like that's fine, but that's not political. That's just people believing where they want to live their lives is better for them because reasons.
Like I would say like what's his defense for urbanization? Because like it's honestly like. He doesn't give like any like pros for that, other than like it's like more left leaning.
Yeah, saying Robotnik is elitist or intellectual or whatever, it's like that's his character, fine. So that's not political. Maybe he doesn't like people that aren't from the city because they're less intelligent. Fine, what's wrong with that? It's not political.
Robotnik looks down on everyone.
Yeah, he's an egoist
because he has an IQ off the charts.
That's what happens. You get
That's
full of
all.
yourself.
He's arrogant as fuck.
Yeah. How is that political?
Yeah, what Renegade Cut mistakes is that a cultural commentary, a social commentary, is not necessarily something political. It does not take a political side, especially in this retarded left-right spectrum. It can just bring up an issue that everybody knows about and make a joke about it. Because there's something that's stupid. And that we all, across from the left to the right, from the authoritarians to the liberals, agree that's stupid. And if you are mature enough, you can laugh about it because it's stupid. Because we know the US military fucks up, because we know the US military plays proxy wars in other countries where essentially the assets of the CIA fight against the assets from the NSA or some nonsense like that. Like both secret services arm insurgents and then they fight each other. Like, what the fuck's that? That's I'm so as horrible and tragic as that is. That's silly. But that's the reality.
Anyway.
And the same thing is on the local scale in your country. Where there's something stupid going on, we make jokes about it. That's not necessarily a political thing.
Just because a movie about a colorful, fast-moving video game character has military and police does not glorify said military police unless it's done in a comical way. I cannot imagine this being a gung-ho American jingoist message because they need the military to stop a fast-moving target or something weird like that. And even if it were, it would have an undertone of comedy. So, like, can you imagine, like, the military guy here, he's, like, really, like, okay, we gotta shoot this blue rat thing before it stops and takes our military secrets, some bullshit, whatever the thing he already sounds. You're like, okay, he's a military guy trying to protect his country. Is that political? Or is he just doing his job? I'm not seeing... Politics requires politicians, people who actually are in power doing things and debating on what to do and what not to do. That's politics. It's very boring. If you guys ever watch live debates in C-SPAN or CPAC or any of those live publicly broadcasted stations, they're boring as hell.
Visit your city council hall meetings.
They're boring. No one wants to talk about that shit. That's why we pay politicians to do it for us. It sucks.
That's also why they get away with so much shit, because no one watches it.
That's part of it, yeah.
They put stuff on the agenda and then hope that, okay, We all agree across the whole political spectrum in the room. We all agree to do this corrupt thing. Yes? Okay, no, anyone against it? No? Okay, let's not report about it in the news because they're in on it too. That happens with small bullshit.
So unless there's
not just the big evil Alex Jones level conspiracies. That happens with bullshit like waving through a corrupt hotel that replaces some part of the local park.
Yeah, so unless there's some budget concerns or conversations about that in the movie, how is this political? What is the message of having an alien arrive on Earth? Is it a political message? I don't think so. No one's contemplating the Superman or Man of Steel plot line or theme of you are the answer to, is there life out there, Clark? It's like, no, it's not even that as much politics. It's just a comment by one man to his son. Mm-hmm. So where's the politics? A policeman with a donut talking to a military guy?
That's not a donut.
A cruller, sorry.
That's an Eberswalder Spritzkuchen.
Thank you. You're probably right.
Can't even explain why there's a hole in it. But that's another story.
Okay. Anyway, so
I tried to keep it down. Also, I'm 10 or 15 minutes ago, I started to get super tired, and I will blame Renegade Cut for it. For sucking out my soul through this recording.
The fact he's still talking about politics by pointing out there's military in the film is just retarded. That's not...
Yes, that is retarded.
It's just... Anyway, let's go.
The military often, especially in comedies, is portrayed as a joke. And it's the military people here are acting like jokes. Like, they're not in control, they're in over their heads.
Yeah.
And that final scene at the end... That's a comedy sketch.
This is humanity reacting to, oh my God, there's this crazy thing we can't control. What do we do? Mm-hmm. And they're all secondary, if not tertiary characters in the story. That's it.
And thanks to the chat for reminding. The reason the military got involved was because Sonic, while he was at night playing baseball with himself, because he's so fast, because he can't play with anyone else, ran so fast across the yard when he got just frustrated at his whole situation and so his loneliness. He ran so fast that his because he's not really aware of his powers, that he accidentally created an EMP that said that annulled the, I don't know how much of the country, the northern part of the country or something. Just everything went down, and that is such a major event that the military looks at it and wonders, what the fuck was that? Otherwise, there would be no military involvement.
All right.
And when something like that happens, you want the military to be interested because holy shit, our whole infrastructure just went out, and we don't know why. To the point of I think a satellite turned off. The EMP was so strong it reached the atmosphere, the upper atmosphere.
What? That doesn't make any sense, but you know.
Yeah, I know it doesn't make any sense, but it's just to convey the message of this creature is so fucking powerful, and at that point we don't even know what the cause was. We don't know it's a blue hedgehog from another dimension. Or planet or whatever.
Yeah.
We don't know that yet. We only know fucking hell half the country just turned offline.
Okay.
Is it the Russians? Is it Chinese? I don't know. Aliens? Well, yes, aliens, but not the aliens we expect.
Yeah. All right.
Goes without saying, ideology of a huge swath of the paying audience for the film, its most ardent supporters can and do ignore this.
No. They don't ignore this. It's not there. There is no undertone of politics in a movie for kids about an animated video game character that moves really quickly.
What is his point? What are they leaving out according
He's
to
trying to say the conservative dum-dums don't pay attention to the political undertones of the film, which he clearly sees.
Which political undertones?
He didn't mention them. He just says because there's military and cops, therefore it's a political story.
Yeah, so far that's his only proof.
What exactly is the political What is it? Name it. Name the
live
thing.
in the rural area.
Don't just pull out these stupid slogans about vague things that I'm supposed to see according to you, when you don't name them. So please, you have like 7 minutes more time to say it. Just fucking say it. What is the political undertone that you mean when you just say, "Well, there's military"? Like that doesn't mean anything. Every country has a military, because a country that doesn't have a military isn't gonna stay a country for very long. This is some other country coming over and saying, "Oh, you know our country." You have a military in order to solve problems that the average citizen can't fucking do. The military is there to have the monopoly on violence, a level above what the police has, in order to deal with threats that the general populace would be incapable of ever dealing with. That's what it exists for.
Wisp, just trust me. Like I think like Renegade Cut can like handle a situation of that magnitude without sweat. Like, come on, like just look at this guy.
Because
like,
he has no emotional reactions whatsoever with anything.
Oh,
he could have a giant meteor come right at his face, and he would just.
He would wonder like, what kind of political meaning does this
aiming
meteor
for my
have?
head is very conservative.
Yes, the conservative aspect of meteorites.
Did the Republicans send this to us?
Yes.
Is this their solution against?
This is clearly the fault of Space Force not doing its job.
We should not defend against the meteors because they have a right to exist. And they bring change to our world.
It's damn.
We should accept. We change is good. Therefore, we need to let the meteors hit us.
It's all Mike Pence's fault because he helped shape Space Force and didn't do its job. If only a proper left-leaning military or whatever was in charge at the time, which it is. But yeah.
Every time I hear Space Force now, I see Team America in my head.
Yeah. That's great. Anyway, we're not even halfway done. Let's go.
So weird.
Sonic the Hedgehog thus becomes a cudgel to prove the inherent worth of so-called apolitical films, while
doesn't.
obviously not being apolitical
No, it doesn't.
at all. After all, Sonic the Hedgehog
You know there are
made nearly
apolitical
$300
problems?
million worldwide, whereas Birds of Prey, the so-called political film, only made nearly $200 million worldwide.
What's your point?
It only had a mid-sized budget and will definitely earn a profit, but dang, what a turbo-sized...
Oh, it
didn't get a profit. Like, are you that dumb? Like, it didn't even reach the same amount as the budget. Like, how can you make a mistake like that?
Renegade Cut, omission is a form of lying as well. You are a liar. Either you are retarded and dumb, or you are a liar. Your choice.
Did you do like any research? To
okay,
this?
the problem
this is just like straight up emotions.
Well, to be fair, I don't think that the numbers came out properly last year in March, and the movie came out in February.
Beginning of February, I believe.
So it takes a while to get it circulated and gets sent to seen throughout the world. So he just made the prediction it would make money. I don't know where that came from. He could just knows the future apparently.
I got some bad news for you.
Where they had to buy tickets for the theaters to make it look like they were actually selling out.
Oh yeah, that was the thing. But like no, like, the problem with that movie is that like the fall was like so quick. Like, I don't think it even like lasted like a week when like you could see that like people are just like not giving a shit about this movie. They just like didn't like even want to like consider it. Like they like talked out people for even like watching the movie. And it was doing so bad they had to like redo the title of the movie. Like that's like the bottom of the barrel. When you movie is like so badly advertised, like you have to like do something with the title itself.
Rescind all the posters, the title, everything.
Yes, that's really heavy on the budget itself.
Yeah. Anyway, here's Tyler Preston. Thanks for the donation. You know, Lacey Green once said that she has to turn off her feminism in order to enjoy media. I think Renegade Cut should follow that mentally regarding everything. If someone said that, this is the point in time where it's like, I'm glad you're finally growing up. When you're done, call me. Then we'll talk, because I don't want to help you with that. That's not worth my time.
Doesn't mean yet that she's actually throwing her feminism out the window. That just means she noticed something.
In order to be happy, she has to get rid of an ideology. Wow, what an idea!
No, she has to temporarily turn it off. Doesn't mean she's getting rid of it.
Yeah.
She's not. She hasn't fought that far, especially when her career is built on feminism.
Here is Renegade Cut. Here's Mike Testa one more time.
But I don't know what she's doing nowadays.
I don't want to know. It's High Top's excuse of it profited, therefore bad. Oh, when he talked about Sonic, yeah. That's a weird thing. Like, who cares how much money Sonic made? Even if it flopped, who cares? What does that?
Jealous people.
What does that have to do with anything? I just don't. It's not even part of the argument.
It's all jealousy.
Usually they say, "Oh well, you know, Star Wars."
Genuine, authentic product makes money. Why does all propaganda not make money?
Sequels,
that is unfair.
Yeah, but the sequels in Star Wars did so well. It's like they made money, yeah, but it's Star Wars. It's supposed to make money. If it didn't make money, there'd be a huge problem.
It's supposed to make 5 times the money.
Yeah. All right. Let's keep going with every word this guy's saying is just garbage.
Yes.
Right? In truth, movies that this subculture derives.
What?
Recent blockbusters starring women and or diverse casts. Okay.
Sit up again. Marvel, Black Panther, Star Wars stuff. Star Wars. Aquaman, Aladdin, Star Wars.
Star Wars is just like part of like a huge franchise, but like besides like Captain Marvel and
that pretty much
none of those movies have like
all these
women as the main lead.
Aladdin.
Hey, Renegade Cut, are you admitting that all these movies are full of agenda crap?
Is it trying to like make a point that like if it has a women in the movie, then it's not gonna do well? It's political.
Yeah, Renegade Cut. It's not because there's a woman in the movie or even the lead. It's because these things are preachy, badly written bullshit. It's just your political fetish that you like to jerk off to, but normal people do not want to jerk off to your political fetish. The same that most people don't want to watch conservative Christian movies because they're cringe. But very conservative Christians may like them. Just like you like movies that have all these socialist, feminist, bullshit propaganda fetish pieces in them. Normal people, they see through that and think, this is dumb. This doesn't make sense. These are not real characters. Because they are not real characters. They're just cardboard cutouts with slogans. People who only consist of slogans and no thoughts of their own are not really considered people. That's where the NPC meme comes from.
Would we consider Aladdin?
Just people laden with a script, and you want to see movies where characters are laden with a script. And I'm not talking about the movie script. I'm talking about the ideological script.
Are we considering Aladdin a blockbuster?
I don't know. This is a Disney movie. Maybe that's the logic.
The live action one?
It was, yes. The live action one. I don't know how it did it, but it actually made profit.
Wow.
Was it one of the first of these bullshit adaptations?
I think it's 2019. Yeah. Like 2 years ago.
Holy crap, it made $1 billion. Wow.
Yes. Yeah, like,
it surpassed the original. That's
wanted
amazing.
to go there to see the movie.
That's crazy.
Was that maybe because of the Bollywood aesthetic?
I think it was because Will Smith and
Will Smith. Yeah, that was probably it, and the other fact that it's Disney.
Yeah,
Will Smith ruins the genie. Wonderful.
Yeah. Anyway, let's go.
As pull, meaning starring women or with diverse casts, often smash box office records. Not that this should be any indicator of the worth of the art, but try telling that to the get woke.
These movies have not smashed box
who
office
never actually
records.
do any math or fact checking.
Oh my god!
Neither did you. Like, you just like failed like making the math before like the budget and like the profit that the movie made.
How the hell is Aladdin political? I'm trying to like the message of Aladdin. Did they change it in any way?
It tells like a story about the Middle East, pretty much. So
therefore,
you can like see like the shadows of America in the like the military, what they're gonna do, because they have a genie, so it's like a potential enemy. Like, did the genie do 9/11? Or like these kind of questions that we have to consider. But yeah, it's kind of deep. So anyway, back to Sonic.
Well, Howard, did he say that the movies he listed were breaking box office records?
Yeah.
No, he was just saying that like these movies contained women or like had a diverse cast.
And what did he say broke box office records?
These films. Let's just go back.
These films, those films, yeah. He is like essentially right.
No, they don't. The Star Wars movies are the best example.
Movies that this
but they broke like they went beyond the budget, so like they did make.
Yeah, but that's
money.
not breaking a box office record. Every Star Wars movie since Disney took over,
Force Awakens did, but like that was a fucking scam. So.
That's crap.
Yeah. Nobody. I think like most people were like really fucking hyped about that movie. Like they just like look back and they are just wondering like, why did I like this movie so much? Because like they were like so hungry for like a Star Wars movie to be seen again,
and
especially like the return of the cast.
Marvel is just ridiculous.
Yeah. Like, Captain Marvel was just a fucking cash grab, but like Black Panther was.
Yeah, from what it looked like, they had to fake the numbers.
Yes.
That's not breaking box office. That's breaking hilarity.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Derides as political, meaning starring women or with diverse casts. Often
he's
smash
like
box office records.
trying to make the point that like what these like other YouTubers are making is that like if like it has a woman, then it means that it's gonna like be Vogue, and like nobody made that claim. It's that like if you change the character itself, like the essence of that character, and you turn it into like someone who's spewing like these political like ideas to your face, like that's hurting the media to like no extent. And
this fuckless ass
is like avoiding like talk. Of course he is, but like how else would he make this video? If he would like go with the facts themselves, this video wouldn't exist. Like we are not even like reached the point where he's gonna like talk about the unbearable emptiness of Sonic the Hedgehog. The only point where like he was like maybe like scratching the surface of that was the product placement things that like were there. Like maybe like I was like thinking like he was gonna talk about like how it's like so many like product placements in this movie is making it like very hollow as a whole. It's not happening. It's only talking about like a cop is there and like it's like very conservative saying because it's not a big city, and like in the end like he's not gonna go for like the big city thing because he wants to go in rural areas like the everyday man. But he's a fucking idiot. That's my point.
The only thing here with unbearable emptiness is Renegade Cut. That's why he talks this way.
Yeah, maybe this video is about him, like it's a biopic.
It's always a projection. Everything is I'm expressing my thoughts into what I see, and I have to use the lens of politics.
Renegade Cut doesn't have thoughts. He mistakes his feelings for thinking.
Anyway, here's Insult to the Human Race. Thank you for the super chat. Renegade Cut, all of those you listed were already attached to popular franchises or series. That's why they made money. Nothing to do with politics. Blah.
Yeah, and that's why they went why the money went downhill, why the profits went downhill.
That
because
was
people picked up on that.
That was a siren, I heard.
Yes, they're going after Renegade Cut. Like Wisp needs like ambulance for this shit.
I'm sorry, oh no, there was a police car. I'm also living next to a. So okay, I'm living next to a hospital with a helicopter.
Oh, cool.
An old people's home. So there's a lot of traffic.
Oh.
And what's the other film across the street? A prison.
Awesome.
That always through loudspeaker says alarm over. It never says alarm. It only says alarm over.
All right. It's like, whoa, what's going on? All right, good stuff.
No, it's already gone. Don't worry.
All right, okay.
Don't worry. Alarm is over.
Let's go. Let's continue.
Worth of the, but try telling that to the get woke, go broke YouTubers who never actually do any math or fact checking.
So, in regards to Birds of Prey, that we could probably say got woke, went broke. So
okay, get on. I did this last time with someone. Just get the Star Wars movies, the Disney Star Wars movies, budget and profits.
Sure.
Numbers.
Well, we can continue while you get that going. That's okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'll just post it in the Discourse. Just give me a minute.
Okay, let's just keep going it.
There is no quality, only capital.
What?
In creating a culture.
What? What the hell does that have anything to do with the Olive Garden? What is he talking about? I don't. What's the connection, dude? It's a restaurant. It's a franchise. Is it? Do you like it? Do you dislike it? I don't know. Tell me. I don't get this guy. Are these jokes? Is he making a political statement? Is he making a joke about capitalism? Is he making a joke about the food industry? Like what? Holy crap.
War surrounding Sonic the Hedgehog, this subsection of gamers and bad faith ne'er-do-wells.
Yeah, they're the bad faith ones. Sure, yeah, of course. The guys who like the film, sure.
Can turn a mediocre children's movie into a chemical weapon.
Chemical weapon?
What?
What the hell are we talking about? A chemical weapon.
Is he trying to make a pun or a bad metaphor or something?
I think he's jumped into comedy and he doesn't know what the hell he's doing.
Renegade Cut, if you don't have a soul, you can't make jokes.
A mediocre children's movie into a chemical weapon. What the flying crap are you?
You know what chemicals
I would say
are?
like the Birds of Prey is more like a chemical weapon because like Harley Quinn is literally snorting on like cocaine.
What are we talking about? I forgot. Let's keep going.
And by choosing a completely unrelated movie to label as its enemy, the battle feels real and activates a tribal defensive posture.
Okay, we said this before. We didn't start this fight. The SJWs did. They attacked the movie, encouraging you to go see another movie.
Yes.
That was the story. A bunch of people on YouTube responded with videos to talk about that. That's all that happened. There was no Twitter
The
campaign.
other thing is that like it's an entirely different audience because like Sonic is like an everyone movie. Wow. Why is the rating for that? But like I know that like Birds of Prey was adult rated. So that's like far less of an audience that you can get.
It's a family film. It's about a popular video game franchise. Might be a lot of people going to see that as opposed to an adult or was it R-rated?
R-rated.
Yeah,
R-rated.
So already you've limited the number of people who can go see it.
It's also like a very shitty one. That.
And he thinks that the people on YouTube are having a defensive posture for laughing at a bunch of people on Twitter. All right, sure. Think whatever you like.
Note, if you liked Sonic the Hedgehog but do not hold these toxic beliefs and or have...
Which toxic beliefs are they? Because it seems as if the YouTube or the Twitter users who were mean to one film because they wanted to promote another are the ones with the problems, not the YouTubers. So...
Like, as you can see, like, there's the Duolingo owl right here. It's like trying to like get Sonic to learn Spanish. But it just didn't quite work because they couldn't get the owl to be green. It's like the political message of Sonic. What's with all these like budget posting Wisp?
Here is here's Tyler Preston. Thank you, sir. The gamers have turned this children's film into a chemical weapon. Me, what in God's holy name are you blathering about? Yeah,
WMDs. Oh, Empire Strikes Back made less. That surprises me.
All right, let's just keep going.
No strong opinion about Birds of Prey. Relax and breathe, because this isn't about you.
Okay, so if you don't have a strong opinion about a movie, you're okay. If you do have a strong opinion about a movie, you suck. Okay. You can't have any passion, guys. You can have one way or the other. Doesn't matter. Any emotional reaction. Even though I could have emotional reactions, it's okay for me, but you can't do it. Okay. I hear you. We're clearly watching movies wrong unless when you do it. Jeez. Every single sentence this guy speaks is crap.
Mm-hmm.
It is an insult to intelligence. It's an insult to fans. Bordering on the arguments of semantics, which I hate.
He doesn't know what language is. Oh, how language?
Why language?
I
just don't get. If you were just a guy who liked the film but had no passionate reaction, you're okay in my book. But if you did have a passionate reaction, I'm gonna hurt you and hate you because you said bad stuff. It's like, what?
What is with positive reactions? Positive passionate reactions, like all the positive passionate reactions about Black Panther.
Yeah.
Is that also bad? Will you hurt those people too? Who have those positive passionate reactions?
You didn't say positive or negative. You just said strong opinions. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking whether that is also for, because people have very strong opinions about Black Panther, very positive strong opinions.
Yeah, he even made like that stupid ass video about it. Like, oh well, this is like a very fictional setting, but like this could actually be what Africa would be without slavery. That was like the stupidest fucking video. It's probably.
Anyway, so what I posted in the Discord was what I mentioned about, because Renegade Cut mentioned about breaking box office records. What I posted was the budget versus box office data that is just on the all holy, all knowing, always correct super source called Wikipedia. And as you can see, the budget for the Disney trilogy was more or less the same, except for Rise of Skywalker. It went down a notch. But the box office consistently went down. The box office of Rise of Skywalker is half of what it was for The Force Awakens. TLJ is about 75% down within that range. 75% of the way down. That is not breaking a box office record. If you were saying you are breaking box office records, these numbers would at least be stable or go up. Then TFA, everything would be on the TFA level. Everything would make at least 2 billion. What is it? Yeah, what are these fucking numbers?
Well, we're talking about the ratio. We're talking about the ratio between what was spent and what was gained. And
yeah,
it doesn't matter how much in terms of numbers, but in terms of how much was spent in relation to how much was gained. That's the ratio that we're interested in.
Yeah, but it's ridiculously low. Like TFA is works because there was a lot of anticipation due to the brand Star Wars, and Star Wars is coming back. Star Wars is big again. Star Wars does a thing. Star Wars looks like it does the things that the prequels didn't give us.
Well, there's other factors to consider, like inflation and the price of tickets, and all these other things.
Yeah, of course.
But
of course, you have historical inflation to consider and everything. That's why the original trilogy numbers are way smaller. But the contrast between budget and box office is much more extreme with them.
Yeah, you're going from 8 digits to 9 digits, essentially.
Well, it's rather with the Disney trilogy, which isn't a trilogy even. You have like 3 to 4 times the budget in the box office, and in the original movies you have like New Hope was $11 million budget and the box office of $770 million. That's what 70 times the amount that they spend. And with TFA, it's just like, well, we make 3 times the amount, and that is not having the advertisement in. Yeah. The advertisement is usually the budget you spend and that amount again. So it's double the budget.
Yes, but that was like 40 or 50 years ago. Before
okay.
That's like a different trend for movies.
Yeah. All right. Let's give it that. But these margins are like at least 10 times what was spent was made at the box office. The Disney stuff doesn't even come close, and it's just going down. That's not breaking box office records. The original trilogy was breaking box office records because those numbers are insane, especially for the time. That's the late 70s, early 80s. And Solo didn't. It barely broke even. So if there's advertisement in there, it probably didn't break even. That's not box office records. Fuck you. Fuck you, Renegade Cut. Fucking hell.
Let's go.
Hedgehog can certainly be enjoyed without any interest in trashing Birds of Prey, and will predominantly be put in front of the eyeballs of children who have no love for or even knowledge of this toxic discourse. But
just like how you can actually enjoy Birds of Prey and have absolutely no opinion on Sonic the Hedgehog, and yet that's what started this whole fiasco.
Exactly.
Funny how that works, Renegade Cut. The SJW's bashing things they don't like for no reason.
Still not talking about the unbearable emptiness of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, we're still waiting for that. He seems to not, have a emotion in the first place, let alone talk about a movie he doesn't like.
Yeah.
Or he called it mediocre. I'm sorry. He actually,
oh God, is he like Data from TNG?
I have no emotion.
Data, you gotta get that emotion, Chip.
No, surprisingly enough, Data had a lot of emotion. It's like they say he didn't, but the way Brent Spiner played him or the way he was written made him seem quite emotional, to be honest.
Well, when Q gave him like feelings for 10 seconds.
There was his laugh was nice, but other times it's just overacted.
All right.
Due to this invented rivalry, it's hard for people to casually announce that they enjoyed Sonic the Hedgehog on social media without being accidentally and unwillingly drafted into this fabricated conflict. Everything is bad and the hurting never stops.
Oh, like your life.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Wait,
is this him?
I think from his perspective, it's not the right word, but it's like he's getting some of his own medicine without anyone giving him his own medicine, because all everyone else is doing is saying, "Hey, this movie good," Look the SJW shit tanking. Haha. They actually, which is more, Sonic the Hedgehog is a breather. It gives us a moment of it gives us a pause and makes us realize, hey, there are people who still can make okay movies. I'm not even saying good movies, just okay movies. Because SJW movies aren't even okay. And all we want is at least okay movies.
Isn't it fascinating how he's complaining about, I'm not even sure what, and does he even care? Because he doesn't like the film. He doesn't care about the film, so it shouldn't even bother him.
You can't even find proper arguments for why he doesn't like it.
It seems like he's complaining about people online arguing. Which is like, okay, and your point is they shouldn't argue? Like, they have free to say whatever they like. What's wrong?
A movie that isn't full of my propaganda is making money.
It's more popular than the one I want it to be. So, what is, like, that's like comparing a hot dog stand to McDonald's. It's like, what do you want? Like, it's two different groups. Actually, that's not a good example. A hot dog stand to a food truck that serves Vietnamese food or something. Like, it's just two different cultures, cuisines, prices, locations. Like, it's completely different beasts.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you compare the two? That's just not gonna solve anything. It's not gonna prove anything.
Yeah. Another thing, why he's saying they're fabricating conflict and controversy. No, Cap. God, why does it keep happening? Renegade Cut. Fucking Renegade Cut. You fucking interchangeable socialists. What is... God, no, I forgot.
It's okay. It's forgetful.
The whole fabricated conflict. That's what you people do all the time. You people call everything controversy. There's a controversy about something. And every time you say something is controversy, what you mean is there is something that is against my dogma. Because everything that is for your dogma, you don't see as controversy. But every time there is your bullshit, your insane bullshit that only the minority of socialist mad people believe in, very loud, a very, very, very loud minority, mind you. Every time that comes into contact with a reality check, you point at the reality check and the vast majority of not insane people and say, that's very controversial what you're saying, you majority sane people. We, minority insane people, we have the correct definition of reality. So you must follow what we are saying. So you sane majority people, stop your fabricated conflict, because we are obviously correct and right about everything. And that's what's really going on. They call everything that doesn't fit their dogma, their faith, their holy book, controversial. That's all it is. That's also protection, if you didn't notice. It's just pure gaslighting on every fucking front. These people don't even notice it because they're not even conscious enough to do so.
All right, let's continue. We're not really almost done, but I have a feeling mentally I'm done. But
Sonic the Hedgehog follows the formula of the Masters of the Universe movie and the Beastmaster sequel by taking all the fantastical action of the premise of the intellectual property and shoehorning it into our world. The real world. This gives the movie a lot of fish-out-of-water jokes. Sonic Encino-mans his way through the movie, understanding the world only through non-interactions he has from a distance and from popular culture. Sonic makes a variety of base pop culture references throughout the movie in substitute for jokes.
Pop quiz, hotshot. You just picked a fight with a poorly disguised hedgehog who's seen way too many action movies. What do you do?
Great. Cringe. The reference jokes were dated by the time the movie was released.
It's for kids.
Yeah, and I do agree that the whole bar scene was unnecessary. That I do agree with.
Yes,
and I do agree
3 or
with
4
this,
minutes
that
out
this,
of the movie. Yeah,
he doesn't like the bar scene.
With this Hollywood disease that they always need to do. Let's pull the franchise into our present day world. Oh, that is funny. Yeah, I agree. That is shit. That's why. That is the one reason why I liked For the Dark World. That's why I liked 4 too. Because it mainly played in Asgard and all this fantasy, sci-fi, space opera stuff. Only because of that.
I can look at...
Because there Marvel had the guts to actually do that and not just do the standard.
I can look at the prequels as having scenes that don't seem to fit well with the Jar Jar Binks character and the slapstick comedy and that sort of crap. But I understand why it's there, and I understand how kids could appreciate it if kids like that sort of thing. I don't know. So I
know people who like Jar Jar.
Yeah. So these
they
things
have a very different mind.
Yeah. So
I'm talking adults. Adults who like Jar Jar.
Yeah. This sentimentality is like, who is this for? What's the intent of the scene? If it's for kids and you're making bad jokes that kids would understand because they're so dumb, not the kids, the jokes. Then it's like, okay, fine. I don't like it personally, but it's comedy. That's fine if it's for the intended audience. Whereas Star Wars, you could argue, is kind of like, oh, sometimes it's for kids and sometimes it's not, depending on which. Like I think Episode 3 is probably not for kids or not as much for kids because it's more adult.
Well, George it's claims that like all the Star Wars movies are for like 10 years old. So
I don't know.
Well, like the original Grimm's fairy tales,
I guess. But once you start having people getting decapitated and dismembered,
burned corpses,
it's like Grimm's fairy tales. Why are you complaining about it?
The attempts at comedy are like, okay, it's for kids. We get it. It's not a big deal, even if it doesn't hit home. So.
What, Bluebeard's new wife gets decapitated because she opened the door she promised not to open. It's a kid story.
But even the current sentence he's saying, the reference jokes were dated by the time the movie was released. It's like, what's your point? It's an alien.
That's why. Hey, do you notice? This is the guy who loves contemporary politics being mentioned in movies. And he says the jokes in Sonic are dated.
Yeah.
How dated the Vote for Bernie thing in the Birds of Prey gonna be?
How
like any of those like pop culture references that she's making?
Yeah, but he even mentioned that he's a fish out of water. So if he's a fish out of water, he's not going to understand everything, and he's going to say things that don't make sense for the time.
Yeah.
Or fish out of water. Sonic is pretty good at understanding human culture.
Yeah, but that's the point. That's the whole, like, if you're saying he's a fish out of water and then he says cringy things, it's like, what's your problem? You're describing the thing he's doing. I'm not like, it's just this bizarre argument of like, oh, I hate this scene. It's like, so?
No, and that's it. I don't see Sonic being a fish out of water in this movie. I'm sorry.
Well,
in 4-1 is a fish out of water in the bar scene where he throws down the mug onto the floor and it shatters and he yells, "A wonderful drink! Let's have another!" He likes it so much he smashes the mug because that's apparently what Asgardians do. That's a fish out of water. It's a culture clash. Sonic doesn't have a culture clash.
All right.
Renegade Cut. One, if he has seen the movie, he hasn't paid attention. 2, he doesn't understand what he's saying or claiming. 3, he doesn't understand what he's even seeing.
I think
4, he doesn't understand what he's feeling.
Oh God, he's not feeling a thing. I think it's a combination of those. But when you start using tropes, you have to know whether it's accurate or not. And in principle, you could say Sonic is a fish out of water. He's obviously an alien, but are the jokes he's making or the terms he's making that of someone who is a fish out of water, or someone who's just watched a lot of TV and movies? Like it's not.
Well, he's also watched the people in this little town all the time.
Right. So it's
his little soap opera.
He's basically just regurgitating everything he's experienced.
Yeah, but he's not just watched movies and stuff. He has watched the people, the everyday lives of everyone in this town for probably a couple of years.
Yeah.
So
anyway.
he has made this anthropological study.
This is such a weird thing. Anyway, I don't really care. Let's just keep going.
By the way, it begins with a freeze frame record scratch. Yeah, that's me. Bet you're wondering how I got into this kind of thing, and proceeds with antiquated cracks about hipsters, which I think were a thing and an easy target for think piece articles 9 years ago.
Oh no, they're fair game. Fair game.
Hipsters are the present day.
We like making fun of hipsters all year, every day, whenever we can. It's great.
Hipsters are not a gone culture of the past. They're here right now, and sadly they are in control.
Especially when you're talking about San Francisco, or at least Montana. So,
Renegade Cut, do you feel insulted when people make jokes about hipsters?
I think he does. Yeah, I'm going with that conclusion.
Yeah.
Can you laugh, Renegade Cut? Can you laugh about yourself?
No. It's
Can you
offensive.
laugh about your own
It's very political too.
Can you acknowledge your own mistakes? Those are important questions. Not necessarily things you have to answer in public, but things you have to answer to yourself.
I imagine if he had hair, he'd have like the man bun thing going.
If he had hair.
With the big military 60s glasses or whatever they're. Big, thick rimmed.
Too old to be a timely joke, not old enough to be a retro joke. It's like the opposite.
Oh, you mean
of
making jokes about how Donald Trump
Again,
is bad?
that's not all, because the movie also...
The opposite of a what?
Too old to be a timely joke, not old enough to be a retro joke. It's like the opposite of the Goldilocks zone.
No.
What the hell is the opposite of the Goldilocks zone?
Everything outside the Goldilocks zone?
No. Goldilocks is a comparison between two things, and you choose the median in between, the thing that is just right. If everything's just right, and you're comparing it between two things, how do you unless it's an inverse, like a negative Goldilocks zone, like 1 divided by negative whatever Goldilocks is, that would make more sense, but not the opposite. You can't have an opposite of something which is already a balance. It's balanced.
Don't try to logic with the irrational.
If you're left-leaning, the opposite would be right-leaning. If you're balanced, you're balanced. There is no opposite. Anyway. Words, people. They mean things.
Not when these people talk.
Yeah.
Not all, because the movie also references the video game several times, like Dr. Robotnik having a controller on his hand. Fan service is not respect for the audience.
It's so
flattery.
subtle.
We need to stop being so easily impressed that a movie reminded you something exists.
Wait a second. I see nothing wrong with enjoying things for something simply existing. Like, I don't know, attractive stuff. Like anything I find attractive. Like a video.
Like things that resemble the source material. Like, is that offensive or like easy entertainment? Yeah. Like the people that like go for this, like they want to like see something that resembles the original.
Right. When I see a lightsaber, I'm like, wow, lightsaber, cool. I mean, it's pretty basic, but I like it.
What about a single flower on a meadow? Is that political?
List of like basic things that like you kind of like demands to see like from like that thing.
Yeah, but nature is bad.
I enjoy that?
Nature is bad. You can't enjoy things which exist in nature.
Can I enjoy it without any weird message or interpretation of it? Just the beauty of it.
Yeah, like when you see a Lamborghini pull up in the frame of a movie, you're like, "Ooh, who's the rich guy?" Nice car.
I don't know. I don't care about cars, so I don't notice. I just see, that car looks overly fancy, unnecessarily fancy.
Right. To showcase.
So it's probably expensive.
To showcase the guy is coming from money. He's important or whatever. It's like that's common, basic thing in storytelling.
No, in Renegade Cut's eyes, it's like a symbol of capitalism.
Oh yeah. How about an attractive woman? How about an attractive man?
How many hospitals we could have funded from that car?
If you just stole that money from the rich person, yeah. How about anything that's good and true that you like the law or baked bread? It's like, oh, it looks so delicious.
Yeah.
Why can't I be impressed?
I'd rather look at the bread video than this.
Why can't I enjoy a thing in a visual medium designed to make us enjoy visual things? Like, what a dumb thing to say. We need to stop being so impressed by beauty. Really?
Instead, listen to my...
That's what an ugly person would say.
I guess. An ugly person doesn't give a shit.
Oh wait, I don't think it's the problem is that an ugly person might say it. It's that a petty, narcissistic ugly person would say it.
I don't even know what he's trying to say.
No one is adoring the ugly narcissistic person, and therefore the ugly narcissistic person has a problem.
Just think about this. Just think about what he's saying. Guys, don't go to the art gallery and be impressed by paintings just because you're attracted to them. Why would you do that?
This guy's never been in a museum.
Why would you ever go to the Sistine Chapel or Italy or appreciate Renaissance art or anything? Why would you do that? Why would you be impressed by inanimate objects? What a strange, like...
I don't know. Ask the people who buy dragon dildos.
We need to stop being so easily impressed. I'm pretty freaking easily impressed by a Lamborghini. If I see that...
What? Wait. The people who are so easily impressed all the time are the SJWs. You just wave a few colors on the screen and throw some slogans there, and they love it.
No,
they love the shit out of it.
They like gay black Eskimos that are also transsexual.
You remember the Steven Universe bullshit. That's just waving random colors on the screen. It's just... And they love it. Animation errors galore. They love it.
We hire actors because they're gorgeous and they sound good and they say lines and they do the thing that their character represents. And I go, wow, that's why they pay you the big bucks. Margot Robbie. She looks great. I don't care how bad the movie is. The trailer is awesome. She has great facial expressions. I don't know what part of her genealogy caused that to happen, but good for her. She's an attractive woman, and she can pull it off, and she can act fairly well.
Yeah. She could probably have acted a proper Harley Quinn movie with a proper script and a proper character really well.
I agree. She was a good choice, but bad script. Same with many, like Man of Steel, great cast, fantastic actors, perfect.
I like the actor. I've forgotten because I forget names.
Russell Crowe was perfect.
The actor of Zod. I love the actor.
Oh yeah, that guy. I can't remember his name.
But the character is just bullshit.
Characterization, storytelling, pacing, all over the place.
I feel sorry for the guy that he had to waste his good acting on that script.
The only thing I liked was Fiora, I think. Like, if you need a secondary character to do a thing, like she did exactly what she needed to do. That other guy, the big other dude she was with, was like, what the hell what's Big Strong Man doing? I don't know. Big Strong Man stuff. Like, okay.
Yeah. Big Strong Man, no talk.
Yeah. That was weird. Anyway.
Defenders of the non-humor and the rote story will undoubtedly say that this is a kid's movie.
Okay.
It is.
It's because it is. So he thinks
a kid's movie can be simple.
Because
it should be simple.
Because
to a degree.
Maybe
it be full crammed with political slogans and your weird interpretation of the world that is completely askew.
So because he doesn't like the film, therefore it's non-humorous to him. It's like, really?
Like, what I can imagine is that like Renegade Cut is like sitting in his room watching this Sonic the Hedgehog the movie, and then he's like screaming like, "Where's my political message?" Ah! But like he's just like so low energy that he could scream eternally, maybe.
Oh God. Anyway.
I think the movie could have even profited from writing out the road movie part of it in a better way. Like add a stop or two more stops and rewrite the whole bar scene and it would have added to the movie because it's a little adventure thing going from point A to point B, and there's trouble on the way and stupid moments that you have to solve and overcome, and once in a while Robotnik is catching up, and Robotnik doesn't know where Sonic wants to go. Otherwise he'd just wait there. So that I think that might have added to the movie.
All right.
Oh, yeah, kids movie.
Let's go.
Kids movie, kids humor. No big complicated themes. What's the guy? This is not a Tom Clancy movie.
I don't think
political stuff in your movies.
I don't think he'd watch a Tom Clancy movie.
Oh, could he understand it?
No, he'd be like, "Oh, this is clearly a part of the arm of the Republican military section of America, which I distrust and dislike, and they're all bad." Yada yada yada. It's a politics I don't like. It's obviously a horrible message to kids or some bullshit. You're like, dude, it's a fun romp of bad guys being chased down by good guys.
Yeah. And what you do with Sonic and Robotnik is a Roadrunner movie.
Yeah.
Or Speedy Gonzales.
Something like that. All right. Let's go.
But that's the part when better movies designed for younger audiences are in...
No, it doesn't. It doesn't matter if there's better or worse movies. It's still a movie for kids.
And it's okay. It is beyond the threshold of shit. It is okay.
It's like saying...
That's all that matters.
Some guy down the street...
It doesn't even matter whether there's something better.
Yeah, it's some guy down the street selling bread, and that's all he can do. And there's a bakery over there that sells cakes, and they're much better because they're better bakers. So what? What's your point?
The thing is that it's Sonic. It's about Sonic, and it's all the can sell.
Just because they're better
it's
at
so
cakes
widely known. It's like marketable. So like the fact that it's at least like a mediocre movie to the best, it's like shocking because like bigger names like these always have something like garbage next to their name.
Yes, so. The bigger the franchise name, the safer the showrunner has to be with what they want to do. They can't
like the Super Mario movie. We mentioned it already, but that's the Sonic movie is miles better.
Yeah, because that movie was so eclectic and so I don't know what to call it because it's so weird.
Monkey.
Yeah, it never really hit the note that the average fan or the average moviegoer could appreciate because it's just so weird. Whereas Sonic is
this is the point. I would have never anticipated that after the fall of Sega as a console making company. In the console, Sega lost the console wars, sadly.
Yeah.
So far that they dropped out, but they won on the movie front, and that is so weird. I find that so weird that after their demise, they win in some category.
Maybe it works because the Sonic movie is more of a comedy than it is trying to be a serious action adventure story.
And it tries to stay true to the character in some regard.
Yeah,
the Mario Brothers movie didn't.
There is no character. It's just guy with brother.
Yeah, and
Mario and Luigi Mario.
That was funny.
Yeah,
it's probably the only thing that was.
That
really
was the
funny.
only thing that I remember.
Yeah,
that was but that Peach at the end came back through the dimensional portal with a machine gun or something. And I said, "Yep, trouble." And then, so indicating that there's gonna be a second installment of this crap. I probably would have watched it, just because it's so bizarre, not because it's Mario, or maybe it's so bizarre because it's supposed to be Mario. On your example before. Just because there's a bakery that makes really good cake doesn't necessarily mean that they are the better bakers. They can be better at making cakes, or the specific cakes they have. That doesn't necessarily mean that their bread is better than yours. Maybe you're better at making bread. There's different types of bakery.
It's just a silly argument, especially when you're talking about entertainment. Oh, this movie is better for kids than that one. It's like, really?
That's your subjective meaning.
Don't some kids
mention some animated movie at the time that was on cinema and barely got views, or he's still at the point that Birds of Prey was the superior movie.
No, I don't. Because
I swear to God, if he's gonna return to that.
No, I hope not. You can't possibly make that argument. He's already.
No.
Anyway, let's just go.
Theaters right now, like Disney Pixar's latest entry, Onward. The bar for a movie being good is not somehow lowered due to the average height of the target audience.
Yes, actually it is, because when you say for kids, those standards apply for the mentality of the people who want to watch that, which are kids. So they're not for adults. Adults can appreciate it, but they're taking their kids with them. So they're spending those 2 extra tickets on seats, and it makes more money.
To have a well-made movie for kids can be enjoyed by the adults.
Yep.
That watch them with them, because if the adults are appalled, bored to death by the kids' movie, they're not gonna watch them with their kids. Because at some point you can't take that much more pain. I don't think a sane adult could watch the Teletubbies. I also don't think a sane adult would let their kids watch the Teletubbies. I think there was a study that showed that the Teletubbies made the kids dumber. Like they had a harder time developing speech. Because they kept reiterating the nonsense of the Teletubbies.
All right, here's some Mike Testa super chats. What are hipsters again, and why? Why, I don't know. They're essentially things or people who think that certain things are cool when they're not mainstream, and it's cool to like this thing now, but it's not cool to like that popular thing over there. So,
imagine hippies but rich.
Yeah, they can afford the imported cell phone or whatever. It's like, oh, this is cool because you can't get it or whatever. It's like, so it's like this elitist mentality.
Hippies with iPads.
It's like
and AirPods.
It's hip to be a socialist. It's cool. Like, you don't get it because I'm smart.
Yeah.
And I read books that you don't understand. It's like, what? Okay.
People rich enough to be able to afford a socialist mindset.
Ooh, that's a good way of putting it. Yeah. Here is Mike Testa one more time. Daisy, you mean? Was Daisy in the Super Mario Brothers movie? Peach and Daisy? She had I have no idea.
I don't actually remember whether it was Peach or Daisy. If it was Mario Brothers, Daisy might make more sense.
Did Daisy even exist back then? I
honestly don't know.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you.
Daisy was the first one.
Oh, really? Peach was second? Okay.
Or was it the just in Super Mario Land on the Game Boy?
Couldn't tell you.
That was because that was in Sarasa Land, which is not the Mushroom Kingdom.
Oh, really?
It's some other kingdom. That's Daisy is the princess of the Sarasa Land.
Huh. I thought that was in Paper Mario. I could be wrong.
Well, Paper Mario was 2 decades later.
Yeah, but that's how I remember it, because that's a thing I actually played and enjoyed. So anyway, let's go.
Last year saw the release of Klaus, Missing Link, The Lego Movie 2, not to mention live-action fare like The Kid Who Would Be King. A movie being aimed at younger audiences is not somehow immune to criticism.
I agree.
If anything, movies aimed at younger audiences have an even greater responsibility to not be garbage. For the same reason
we
that
agree
every
on
other
something.
product for children requires greater scrutiny.
We agree on the
Scott
basic
DeFoya
premise.
From
What
Consequence
happened?
of Sound put it best. I didn't laugh, but
Whoa.
maybe I'm not the target audience for the thing. Who the target audience is, I couldn't tell you with a gun to my head. The school group I was told would be watching this flop sweat-soaked trifle is mostly 12-year-olds from the looks of them. They laugh as a group 3 times. I counted. One of them laughed at one sight gag by himself. That's it. They quietly talked amongst themselves the rest of the time. What a school is doing taking kids to see a movie based on a video game when they all own cell phones? Couldn't tell you. But I'm guessing they enjoyed not being in class even though they clearly didn't enjoy the movie. They all cheered like hell during the post-credit scene when Sonic's sidekick Tails showed up. I couldn't believe it.
Sounds like they enjoyed
snored
the movie.
their way through the first movie and then cheered like zealots when they were threatened with another one. It may happen too, even if the box office isn't rousing.
So wait a second. Because they didn't cheer like crazy, they hated the movie?
So the thing is, this part may show something that is true to the prior point raised of all these cartoon and video game things drawn into our world. That is generic, boring crap. That's not the part kids want to watch. The movie's made for kids, but kids don't really want to watch that.
Yeah, but 12
kids want to watch. That's why they cheer when they see Tails at the end, because that's another reference to the actual Sonic stuff.
Yeah,
kids want to. If the whole movie had been on the not Green Hills, Green Zone planet, that kids would have loved that. If it had been the whole CGI thing on the Sonic on that Sonic planet and then going to a Robotnik place, the kids would have loved the whole bloody thing.
Okay, so these are kids 12 years old, so they're roughly in grade 7 or grade 8, depending on what school they go to. They're not 5 years old. They're not 4 years old. They're not going to jump up and down every time they see something. They're maturing.
Yeah, and the human parts in all of these movies, no matter how good they are usually boring because we want to see the actual stuff. When we have a Transformers movie, we don't want to watch the fucking human parts. We want to see the Transformers stuff. We want to see the Transformers character, not the stupid, boring, annoying humans with their human bullshit. And this is just another version of that. That's why he's describing the kids.
Oh, you mean
the beginning of the movie as being bored?
You mean
because there's not much Sonic stuff happening.
You mean the potential political messaging of Sonic the Hedgehog?
I just looked up this guy who is quoting right now, Scott DeFoya. Always have his name. Film review: Rambo: Last Blood is a Republican veteran.
What?
Okay.
I don't know
Rambo
where he
1?
got this article from, but I like the fact that he's basing his entire opinion on an entire a group of people that would watch this movie on that one sitting that he attended, and he hates the movie so much that he's gonna say that you're still going to die after watching this. Okay. Is this a good view on everyone's opinion on this movie?
This is not the guy. This is not a very good. It seems like he's a very cynical fellow.
He is.
Yeah,
he is. Just look through his
I'd
reviews.
say this is
just
beyond
now.
cynical.
he really fucking hated this movie. Like he was so bored that like he had enough time to like look at those like kids, how they react.
If this was cynical, there would be some sort of humor in it, but there isn't. I'd say
these people are incapable of humor. So
yeah, this is just nihilism. Cynicism without humor is nihilism. It's at least my experience.
All right, here's Mike Testa. Dennis Hopper is the funniest thing of that bad film. I'm trying to remember who Dennis Hopper was.
Dennis Hopper?
That was from Super Mario Brothers?
Did he play the king? Or Bowser?
Probably Bowser, yeah. I have no idea.
Yes, he was Bowser.
Okay. Here's Francis Ford Coppola. Thank you. How the F can he defend 2016's Ghostbusters by saying it's for kids and then say being for kids does not make a movie immune from criticism? This man is such a hypocrite.
All hypocrites. They all lie. They all project. They all gaslight.
They invent a narrative or he invented a narrative just for this video for some reason. And he changed his mind.
All the arguments.
The next video. He has no criteria, no standards he believes in, nothing. It's just, this is not a political video, therefore it's bad. Or this video, I think, is conservative, therefore it's bad. That's it.
All the arguments that we level at these people, all the arguments and criticisms that have merit, that we level against these people, they just dismiss on emotional grounds, but then use the exact same arguments when it suits them.
And we still don't know how Sonic the Hedgehog is unbearably empty. When I hear unbearably empty, I think of some sort of Nietzschean philosophy or some sort of existential threat problem with being Sonic the Hedgehog. I mean, where does that ever happen in the movie? Does it make me question my existence? I doubt it. I don't think there's some weird pro-capitalist message of buy, and that's the point of your existence. So what is he getting at? He's just reviewing. He's just giving other people opinions of what they think of the film right now, and I'm like, what's yours? You just don't like it.
I have a feeling that we will never know.
We have 2 minutes left. He hasn't said a damn thing about what makes it unbearably empty.
I'm noticing
he's only hinting at those
all
things,
of these socialist video essayists. They never say anything.
Yeah. Anyway, 2 minutes. This is the crazy times. Let's see what happens.
You're still going to die. The movie attempts to inject some heart into the film, such as in this touching moment when Sonic nearly dies, and Tom rushes to save him and parks his truck in such a way to make sure the Toyota Tacoma brand is facing directly toward the camera like a Coca-Cola bottle on American Idol. There's something about the Sonic the Hedgehog movie that makes me feel a little bit sad when I watch it. And since I decided to make a video about it, that means I've watched it multiple times now. The crass, unceasing...
So this guy went to the theater just to see a movie he doesn't like multiple times, just so he can make a video. I highly doubt that.
I doubt that as well. I think he just like watched it maybe once and then like he pirated the shit out of this movie.
It's possible.
This was one of the movies that came out rather early. Like I think like when COVID hit, like in March, you could already like get it like on digital. Yeah.
All right, that's cool. All right, so product placement bad. Okay, fine.
Product placement reminds me too much of the economic system and culture that prizes profit over humanity, and that was responsible for the demise of the VFX house that made the titular character.
All right, so your problem is that these movies do make a profit? But yes. The SJW bullshit where you claim that they broke box office records, they were not made for profit?
Yeah.
And that there it's okay, it's good, here it's bad because you don't like the movie. So it shouldn't have been made because it was made for profit. Am I getting this right? Really tired, so maybe I don't understand what he's saying, but it sounds to me like he has this horrible double standard of it's great. It's not just good or okay. It's great when my stuff does it, because it has my political fetishes in it, and it's if there's a movie made that you like that doesn't have my fetishes in it, it's just capitalist shit for profit. Just fuck you. I'm running out of caffeine.
The movie reminds me of diminishing union power.
What?
What the fuck? What? I'm gonna screen cap that. What the?
This reminds me of Karl Marx.
What the hell?
This reminds me of the French Revolution.
This reminds me of this dream I had when I thought of Lenin and he was on a podium and he was talking about his shoes.
Why did he touch my ass?
Why? Come on, let's finish this shit.
The movie reminds me of the ever-growing disparity between the rich and everyone else.
How? How?
This reminds me of Karl Marx.
This is main character is like the most everyday Joe you could get. Yeah, let's continue.
So this guy is clearly projecting really hard right now.
Yes.
Not to mention, literally everything else that's happening right now, including but not limited to a global pandemic whose eventual cure will almost certainly not be provided for free for poor people.
Oh, really? You know what was announced this week? America is handing out 1 million free vaccines to Canada. Thank you, America.
When it like Trump made it like so that like people have to pay for the vaccine, like especially like American citizens.
Well, Trump made Project Lightspeed, and it accelerated the creation and proliferation of the vaccine.
Came out under him as well.
I mean, you need a functioning economy to be able to finance that. Do you think Cuba could have done something like that, even just with aid to another country of the same size under Castro, who was incredibly filthy rich? All the people were destitute. What is it with you fucking commies and always creating the very societies you despise so much? What is wrong with you?
What does any of this shit has to do with Sonic the Hedgehog, the movie?
Being unbearably empty.
Unbearably empty.
Because Robotnik is rich and he isn't, and Renegade Cut isn't, and that's bad.
I swear we could put like a projector on this guy's head, and it would just be like this constant Russian Chinese national anthem. Just
if we did that with all SJWs and built one of these solar power plants where you catch the light in a giant parabol mirror to point at one point to heat something up, to boil the water that then turns the turbine. If we used all the projection of all the SJWs, like align them in this thing where they all project onto this one spot to boil the water for the turbine, we'd have free energy. Forever. No, energy problem solved.
All right, 1 minute. Let's go.
At least not in my country. Free testing, perhaps.
No, well, I guess you're wrong, because they spent quite a lot of money.
Free mint. Highly unlikely.
What is this guy wanting free shit? Like, what is wrong with him?
I'm just hearing random
words. No, like temporary shit. Like so many like things that just gotta go with the times. Like in 10 years, like I don't think anyone's gonna like remember like what was actually like going on while this movie was released.
Yeah, because there's no reference
like,
in the movie about
full
it.
on this shit.
Which is the good thing about the movie. There's no reference to this shit.
I can't believe America's not going to give us free medicine. It's like, America did. Other countries won't or can't.
Hey, communists, do you know how resources work? They're limited. You keep reminding us when it's about environmentalism. And when it's about something that you want for free, suddenly resources are infinite. You know how this shit works? You have research and development, and then you have an early adopter phase. And in the early adopter phase, you try to break even with the idiots who buy the fucking product before it's properly tested. And after that, you can sell the product at a cheaper rate. Because you still need to fucking finance that shit. Because that's not just, oh, we get some flour and put some water on it, and now we have dough and we have some shitty bread. Ooh, no, it's a bit more complicated, you know.
And if your response to all of this is, hey, it's just a movie, then please recognize that your complaint about the complaint can also be hand-waved with the same meaningless, empty phrase. Even if you...
I just saw that that this argument didn't work for you with Ghostbusters 2016.
This is
Birds of Prey.
This is, again, he does this a lot where he sort of supersedes someone's comment. Like, dude, you're complaining about a movie that has nothing to do with politics. He's just going to hand wave that away. Oh, I can hand wave that away the same way you hand waved my opinion. It's like, this is strange because we're actively trying to engage with him. He's actively blocked me. He has made reference to this show, and he's not going to bother with us. And that's fine.
Yes.
I don't care.
That's his tactic.
Yeah, he does not listen to other people's opinions. It is impossible to get through to this guy. He does not care.
Because opinions like mine hurt his ego.
He can't, no, he just cannot go through with any discussion about art or about ideas.
Yeah, because he knows in the end he has no substance. For him, going into an argument is he subconsciously, at least subconsciously, knows that he instantly loses. He cannot win because he's not standing on anything.
This is not, this should not be a hard thing to do, to talk about media, because media is very public and free and open, and you could watch it online, you could download it,
most of it is very generic.
We've seen it all before. We've seen all the stories in some regard, in some fashion, and we should be able to talk about it honestly. And he just shuts it down. And I will post this on Twitter, and he'll never know about it. I'll put in his comments, but again, I'm shadow banned on his page unless you guys can see my comments. Tell me if you can't.
No, you are shadow banned.
Never check.
Yeah, I haven't posted it yet. But like, these guys are ridiculously fools that are so bent on their own ideology they can't change it for the life of them. They just can never. They can't possibly think they're wrong. As if religion. I don't know. Socialism is perfect.
Religion, or something. It's a faith.
It's got to be a religion. Yeah,
it's all arguments based on faith alone, nothing else.
Yeah.
During his time in North and South Korea, he learned that socialism is the way.
All whatever logic he has left in his brain, all of that is used to justify the already made conclusion that the ideology is always right. Just like the Socialist Unity Party in East Germany, that had it had an anthem.
Anyway, let's get
an anthem, and it was the party is always right. I'm not joking.
Wow,
I'm not joking. That was the actual anthem of the Socialist Unity Party of East Germany.
All right. Anyway, let's get this over with. We got some memes to go through. It's probably a lot more fun.
You think Sonic the Hedgehog exists in a vacuum, which it most certainly does not. Its constant name-checking of corporate brands snaps us back to reality. It can't be escapism if we can't escape.
What a dumb argument. What a retarded.
If your immersion is broken by product placement, you are pathetic.
Also, there's no guarantee that it wouldn't happen in like a socialist country, because like they are really proud of like what the state can like produce.
Wasn't
like
there?
They were like the cars, any clothing.
Wasn't there all kinds of product placement in the 2016 Ghostbusters?
Yes, it was every 5 minutes, or like every minute, I would say. That was the only way. Like fucking Sony, puts like so many product placements in that movie. How else can you have a budget like that sized?
Yeah, you're right about that. At the same time, I would like to raise a thought that I am now too tired to really think through. Maybe people should just reminisce about it. What is the difference? Or is there a difference? Or what difference is there between the product placement that we know of and the socialist sloganeering propaganda that is put into random places that destroy our immersion and suspension of disbelief? Are these things different? In what way are they different? In what way are they the
placement same? And the other one is just like fucking forced crap.
Well, the product placement at least makes money.
Yes, it's like a legitimate deal that like I'm gonna like advertise your product in my movie, or like whatever advertisement I'm gonna make.
I see nothing
wrong. I think the sloganeering, the propaganda is also a form of product placement, but not to make money.
When you have a product being destroyed, like that truck, like the whole top of the truck was destroyed, and you want a shot of the guy getting out of the truck that's still working, I don't think that's a very good sign of a good product, unless you want to argue that it's still beaten up, it still runs, or some bullshit like that. We just need a scene of a car being destroyed. Hey, we can make some money if we get a sponsor. Let's do it. That's it. That's all. It's all it is. Doesn't bother me. They want to make some money. I don't care. It doesn't hurt anyone. Doesn't stop me from enjoying the scene. People have products. I do not want generic Coke. I want actual Coke in my movie. If you're going to be realistic about things, that shouldn't be a hard ask. I don't want like, COOKE or what some other oddly spelled but similarly designed product. Give me the actual thing. If you're going for realism, if you're not going for realism and going for a crazy weirdo other reality,
would Tabernacle retroactively ban Dr. Pepper from Forrest Gump? That's a character defining.
This is so dumb. We had product placement in Man of Steel. Didn't bother me. I thought it was funny, but didn't bother me. That you're watching all these places get blown away. That's what bothered me. It's kind of funny because he attacked. Was it the Applebee's or whatever it was a restaurant that got destroyed.
I don't know. Yes.
It was hilarious. It's like that's not a good product placement. You're getting your products destroyed. Anyway, we're almost done.
Gape.
We have no.
Oh, we're done. Okay.
Awesome.
Great.
Thank you.
All right. Let's check out the memes.
Stream memes.
I will get some ice cubes. I'll be back in a second.
Okay, here we go. Here is Pokaleffi. Hey, Pokaleffi. That is a retarded version of Tails, I think.
Knuckles.
Is that Knuckles? Oh, you're right. It's
yes,
Knuckles.
You mean like Knuckles in a tank with a Kalashnikov?
I don't think that's how is that how he normally looks? He looks kind of crazy.
No, that's like a meme.
Yeah.
Like, recently, the less so sad, the better.
All right. The Soviet people, could we please have food? Stalin. No, but thank you for asking. Oh. Here we go. Eggman is a crystal gem confirmed. Sonic the Hedgehog, know your meme. Oh my god.
Wow! Finally, Steven Universe can pull his shit together.
That is scary looking stuff. Holy crap! I'm gonna try playing this if this doesn't break. Getting comfy to watch the Smudcast as a frog
And I'm back. What did I miss?
I think Mateus is just sort of getting comfortable.
Is this one of those gay frogs that Alex Jones were warning us about?
I don't know. That was just Mateus being comfortable.
Ah, okay.
Book of Leffy, get robotized. Join the Eggman Empire's workers' paradise. Yeah.
Well, it has the color red, so we know exactly what
obviously.
political ideology is.
If he's using any shade of blood, it's political.
Yes.
This is perfect. Oh boy. Pretty much happened multiple times during the stream. So.
Sorry.
The perfect pillow
It's just, it keeps happening.
Here's the propaganda piece to buy Skyrim. That's okay. You're dreaming of Skyrim. I get it. Book of Leffy. Radical leftism infects Blue's Clues. Really? Holy crap! Indoctrinating children.
Yeah, this was a real thing.
My God,
it was in the meme yesterday.
That
was too small for you to read.
Yeah. Jeez, that's nuts.
That is really extreme. I mean, look at the race fist on the trans shit on the
edited
rainbow flag.
Because like it just looks like the entire picture looks like it's like half-assed, like some intern put it together.
It doesn't look real.
It doesn't look real. Like it looks like a fucking joke.
Are those flags really there?
Most of them, yes.
Okay, because
maybe all of them are.
I can't imagine.
So it looks fake.
I can't imagine the fist being in there. That looks a little weird. I don't know, for kid shot or.
Oh, and I think that's the aromantic flag heart on the bear cheeks.
What is what?
Anyway,
it's the psychopath flag.
Okay, go ahead and pick which murderous failed ideology you want to support. I don't like either of them. Lamau, quit being an effing centrist. the hungry hammer, the virgin windmill. That's good.
Is this an arch meme or what is this?
It is an arch meme. It's like Mateus, you gotta remove the.
Here's
that's the original SQ little line on the left column that I. Art is aware of it and he refuses to remove it because it's branding.
Okay, it's just Doug Walker having a conniption. Okay. What the hell is going on here? That's not Renegade Cut, it's Cavernacle.
No, that's Doug Walker. Oh, you're on the next one. Yeah. Sorry. The stream has lagged, so I can't see, I don't see exactly where you are.
I found evidence of Renegade Cut's claims of Sonic being alt-right. All right. What the fuck is hell is going on?
The hell?
Straight from DeviantArt.
That is. What's with the background of
Shrek?
Yeah.
Oh god! The longer I look at it, the more worse things I see.
I'm a bit scared.
Away with it.
Yeah.
Away with it.
Everything's political. Do you see? That's why we put drag queens in Blue's Clues. Do you see? Yeah. Thanks. Georgius Rex. This war never had to happen. Oh.
Hitler and downfall.
How Wispy's SJW's channels wait for the page flipping. Okay. Oh, there's no sound. I don't know what's going on. I don't get it.
It's the same template. Yeah, it's not wrong.
All right. Another.
It's like they're They're all CalArts cartoons. They all look totally different, but they're all the same.
Ever feel like the world is slipping further and further into dystopian hellhole? It's your fault. That's great. America bombing the Middle East according to Renegade Cut. Tetris?
Yes.
Okay. So we're gonna
wait for it.
Wait for it. Oh my god. Oh. Oh. Friendly officer. Okay. Here's Bearserker.
Not out of the Lego sets anymore.
And you know why Bears hasn't posted any stream memes? Dude, we got like 30 of these things to go through. Get the F out of here, you stank-ass homeless prick. Oh my god. What's happening?
They're sticking out the trash.
A wise response to said friendly cop. I will cut you. What the Bearserker, Captain America here. Remember, kids, the homeless are subhuman, kind of like Hungarians, so you should never feel guilty treating them that way.
Really are they now?
Jeez. A cartoon that glorifies the American military. Just look at that nationalistic face this kid is making. Oh my god. So American.
Is that the Nickelodeon show?
Yeah.
I never seen this one.
Jimmy Neutron.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Shining example of European democracy. Deport Hungarians. What's news?
So many racist memes, guys.
Oh my god.
I love it. Is this what I get for like talking about what we had, like the black guy with the sunglasses and the hat? Like we were cracking so many racist jokes there. This is the payback time.
All right, here's a very profitable movie, guys. If you don't believe it, you're racist. Or sexist, rather. Sorry. They underestimate the power of Will Smith. Yeah.
That genie still looks like so fucking creepy because like you know that it's a fucking CGI monster body. It's just like real Will Smith.
I can't even explain why it's creepy because usually when Uncanny Valley you can understand.
You know, like what's throwing me off is that like if you like zoom on the picture, you can see that like the top of the head and like the face, there's like a very obvious line where like the real face ends. It just doesn't blend together at all.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah,
it's throwing me off so much.
Cut.
Like it looks like a very crappy Photoshop.
I see what you mean. Oh god.
Yeah, like the wrinkles just stop entirely, and it's just like a
the whole the tone changes.
Here's an example.
The face is brightened. There's this hard line.
Here's an example of Wisp Street, in case you didn't know what's going on in Wisp's backyard.
Oh, it's not the backyard. It's the front. The backyard is weirder.
Oh, jeez. This is not a movie about Pokemon. This is a weapon of war. What the hell? All right. It's a chemical weapon. Sonic the Hedgehog.
Why did he say chemical weapon?
He's retarded. I don't know. The sequel to the WMD Sonic movie, Follow 3 and Knuckles. Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh no, it's Christian. How could you do this, Bears? No. I mean, it's okay that like you like shitting on my nationality, but like this is just too much. This is over the line. Christian is just like no.
Sonic the Hedgehog enjoyer, Birds of Prey fan. Yeah, yeah, pretty much. Renegade cut through Trevor killed all the hipsters. Oh, thought Trevor killed all the hipsters. Here we have just rampage.
Oh, if only.
The easily impressed HW's Wisp was talking about sand is just so touching. Oh, there's this crazy kid or crazy guy.
Oh, it's the fan who gets like hard by even just seeing a trailer of Star Wars.
I still don't know whether
he is the genuine consumer.
25 kill streak. Press X for tactical nuke. It's just freaking. The anti Goldilocks zone. Yeah, what the hell does that mean? So here we have Drake meme, and I guess that's the new Lamborghini. I don't know. That's a really weird looking car.
It has to be a Lambo.
I like that. I like that bullshit car. I would drive it, but since I can't drive, I drive it like an old granny.
Oh.
which probably looks even more funny with it looking like that.
And here is that Mateus? Who's that? That's Mateus. And he is. Who is that? What is that?
Woman.
What is?
I can't help you here.
Obviously, the soldier from Team Fortress 2.
Oh,
I don't know.
I have no idea. Probably an anime. Haven't seen yet. Oh my god. Oh no. Yeah, he does this sometimes. Reads a bunch of crap.
Do you like it more when he does it or when I do it?
Well,
you have a point. He
just reads other people.
Thank you. That's all I need.
People.
Who cares if it's bad? It's a kid's film. But he's okay with Ghostbusters. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What Renegade Cut sees Animal Crossing as?
Ooh.
Oh my god.
That looks like an actual thing somebody made.
I don't think you could decorate your room with JPEGs.
Why is the back of
you
a
can
head look like
actually
a
like you can import in the latest one. You can create like there's like a way to like get like any kind of like image there. Yes, because I know that like there was like some controversy about it because some images were like things that shouldn't be in a kid's game.
Oh, they removed political things like the Biden campaign and bullshit like that.
Yeah, the Biden campaign. I was like, holy shit, man.
What's that doing in a kid's game? Fuck off.
Future meme usage. Ugh. There's nothing political. It's just a movie. I am rubber, you are glue. It bounces off of me and sticks to you. How old are you? I know you are, but what am I? That's good. Okay, that was the last one. That was pretty good. Good stuff, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Alrighty. Fantastic. All right, that was Renegade Cut. As always, same old crap. Oh, we got some more super chats. I'm sorry, Mike Testa. Here we go. Well, maybe they shouldn't have made a bad design, and I think he's referring to Super Mario Brothers?
No, the bad design is probably like referring to like the original Sonic design that like they had for the movie. It was atrocious.
Okay. Here's Mike Test again. The first place, and maybe they wouldn't have shut down?
Context for these. It's all gone.
I'll have memes made by tomorrow. My bad. What? TCHUSS. Whatever. Anyway, oh my goodness. That went on for 3 hours and a half. Fun times.
Mm-hmm.
But wow, almost every line he talked that were his own words were atrocious.
Garbage.
So
everything is garbage.
Maybe if he had like taste and standards, things wouldn't be so bleak for him. I don't know.
One can hope.
Get some joy in that life of yours. Get something aside from nothing in your life. That might be nice.
Maybe if he was conscious, but I don't think he could bear that.
No, everything has to be political. Everything has to be a certain way or else it's bad. It's like, okay. Anyway, thank you guys. Thank you for the Friday. We're going to continue with the voting from today as well for tomorrow. Because why waste a good vote? I don't even know what we were doing today if we didn't know it was Renegade Cut Day. But I will check it and we'll see what we're doing tomorrow morning. And we'll plan that out. So thank you. Keep the suggestions coming. If you haven't gotten your suggestion talked about yet, keep promoting it. Keep talking about it. Bug people, you know. Maybe your suggestion's gold. I have no idea. We haven't heard or seen anything until we mentioned it the day before. So thank you so much. Thanks, guys, for listening and commenting and all the wonderful chats. Have yourself a great evening. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye now.
One thing, as I just saw that Voice in the Radio's second Snyder Cut commentary with LitDev and Smut came out a few hours ago.
Yep.
Maybe check that out.
Yep, I posted it on Twitter if you guys want to check it out, in case you don't know the link.
And thanks for bearing with me.
All right.